last year.
Well, look, I'm not sold on him. You know, I wasn't sold on him from the get-go. I just think that he is collecting a paycheck, kind of like what I do on this show. That's it. I don't do anything except talk. And the same thing is made of Montgomery. It's the same deal. He walks out every 5 days and looks bad on the mound and then gets bailed out.
Who's collecting a paycheck? You said the same. Who's going to pay? Just pay?
Me. I'm collecting a paycheck.
Okay. You said Montgomery
for
as
doing
well.
Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So it's from the standpoint that I know you got to roll with him, and I get your point about him having that playoff experience, World Series experience, but that was not this year.
Sure.
And so things have changed dramatically for him, and from that standpoint, I am not sold yet on him. Also, I'm not sure that the bullpen is going to get settled either, Manuch, when they get into the playoffs. I think it's going to be a flip a coin for Torey Lavala to see exactly what he can dial up in each game. I don't think that he is going to have a said closer for the ninth inning.
Well, and that could be depending on the rotation that they have.
Exactly.
That they go with. I mean, I think Justin Martinez is auditioning for that closer role right now.
He is auditioning.
Paul Sewald, was last time out was a rough outing, even though they won. So I think that I would think they'd lean more toward the experience of having been there and done that. But they've got some options, and I got to tell you what, guys, it's a good problem to have if you've got some guys competing for that closer role and that fourth rotation spot. But I got a feeling they're going to lean toward the experience in big games, World Series sides.
We're going to have some Cardinal talk today as they continue to shuffle the roster around as they get ready for their final preseason game on Sunday in Denver. As they've signed a new tight end, they released a wide receiver, and they're looking to get their first win in Denver, as this team is all excited as they announced yesterday, as you guys talked about, Bo Nix getting the nod at quarterback. No surprise there. You would think that this was a big surprise, but clearly that's why they drafted him.
Yeah, and the one thing I heard Sean Payton say, listen to Bill Belichick this morning as well, too, if you're going to go with these young guys, these rookies, then you got to live or die with them. You got to let them make mistakes. You got to go through the ups, got to go through the downs. I think if you're the Broncos, you've pretty much got that cachet to be able to do that because you've got a Super Bowl winning coach that knows how to handle quarterbacks and see that. But if there's a point where the game gets bigger than he can handle, I think there'll be those choices. On that side, you look at all the other quarterbacks, the Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, hang with them. Let them go through the ups and downs. Washington Commanders not expected to go anywhere. I think the Bears, they got a little bit of a defense. They could maybe
Caleb
push.
Williams has weapons. He really does.
And he might, I think when you look at Stroud last year at the Texans and how he came on as a rookie, he had the weapons.
He did.
He had the defense. Now, you look at the Bears, he's got some weapons on offense with Caleb Williams. And then you look at the defense. So there's something there. The Commanders, they're just growing. Okay, they're just fertilizing that team right now to get them to grow. And Jaden Daniels is the guy to do that. With Bo Nix, he's here's a guy that I hope he can run that offense and stick with him.
And the Commanders made a trade today with the Eagles as they traded their 2022 first-round pick. Is it Jana?
Yeah.
It's Jana Dotson and a fifth-round pick in 2025 to the Eagles in exchange for a third-round pick and 2 7-round picks. I got to tell you, the Eagles are all in.
They are.
Their wide receiving corps of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and now you got Saquon Barkley and Dallas Goedert's not bad tight end either. They got a pretty good team.
Yeah, they do. It's just kind of a mystery
Shocker.
how they
Breaking news.
It's just kind of a mystery how they folded last year. And even getting the playoffs, they just fell apart. I don't know what was behind all that. So I think that they're going to have to regroup this year. They are a damn good team, Rock. You're right. But I don't understand what the hell happened to them. You hear these things between Jalen Hurts and the head coach and this and that. I'm like, oh, man, I hope that it's not one of those things where the head coach and your star quarterback aren't getting along. If they aren't, go bury the hatchet. Go figure it out. See what's going on.
Well, supposedly they have buried the hatchet.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
But we'll see.
But
it seems like every big city has an issue with their quarterback and their head coach.
I don't get it.
No, I don't think it's true.
It may not be, but
it's not like it comes out from them. It's always media that brings this out.
Well,
thing, Aaron Rodgers and their head coach. Same thing with Hurts and his head coach. I mean, it seems like the big
In
cities
Dallas,
that have
Dallas,
anybody that has a big city, football city. You're not hearing any issues with Kyler Murray and
no, but
well,
you
head
don't hear
coach here.
anything from the Rams. You don't hear
Rams,
anything from
but-
the
Well,
49ers.
Rams is a big market, but it's not a big NFL market.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, with Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler, there was rumblings and hits, and I think it blew up the last year when he yelled at it. There's a big disconnect there. And I think there's enough hints that were dropped by Rodgers and maybe a few other guys in the media guys that are saying, how's this and how's that? Now, if you're going to put that out there, you better have some pretty good backing to put that kind of a story out there. And if you're going to talk to the head coach, talk to, the coaches and see where that at. They're not going to give you a straight answer anyway. So you just hope that,
and they shouldn't have to.
and they should. You're right. And you just hope that, okay, sometimes folks, the head coach and the quarterback, they don't agree, but they go out there with the respect, put a game plan together, and do it in a particular way that is going to help the entire team. So if there was any kind of issue, they need to put that to rest and move forward.
I just think you got to be careful what you listen to. It's like politics. There's two sides to every story.
Sure.
You don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know who to believe anymore. It's like you really don't. If there's a story that's posted on a website, sports or politics, you don't know if it's legit. I mean, when you grew up, you turned on CNN to find out what was going on in the world. Now you can't do that. Or you went to ABC because you thought ABC was, the news at 6:30. That was like, okay, it's legit. Now everything's more about opinions and not as much as facts.
And if you're a fan, you just hope that when they get on the field, everybody's on the same page. And I think that with a lot of these rifts, if there are rifts between a head coach and a quarterback, that just put that on, put that off to the side and come out, win game. That's what fans want to see. Okay, we can see what's going on. If there's some bad body language or nonverbal communication when a guy comes off the sideline with the coach and calls the plays, then something's up one way or the other.
Do I hear trepidation in your voice, Rock, that you're not where before you thought the Eagles were going to be right in it again with a great chance, and now you're kind of pulling back down that a little bit? Am I reading good?
You are like as off
I'm
as
just
you are in
reading.
your politics on that.
Oh,
I never-
stop.
I
My
never heard
politics are dead solid perfect.
You said that he just
what
said
I mean is
the
you're
Eagles
so
have been-
you're just so dead left, and so. But you're asking me if I'm coming down. I just said that they just added a wide
nervous.
receiver.
I know you did.
That is going to make this team even better.
Yes, but then you talked about the rift between why is that?
I didn't say there was one. He said, I'm saying I don't think you believe in the rift. I don't believe there was a rift.
Okay.
I'm not buying into the Philly media.
Okay.
So, no, I think I'm going to stick by Eagles and Ravens.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
That's my Super Bowl pick.
Okay.
I have not changed.
All right.
You got to be stupid not to root, or if you are a gambler, know that the Eagles are going to go far this year.
Oh,
I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, I want them to.
Yes.
But on paper,
they're good.
Yes, I think the contention.
their
is-
schedule's not that bad.
No, it isn't.
The Eagles
I
will
think
be
they
right.
got the AFC South, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Guys,
Win,
the
that's
Eagles will
4
be
wins.
right there. It's just whatever issues they had last year, you hope they correct. Because
But who's going to challenge them in the NFC West, in the NFC East?
probably Dallas.
Maybe, but
Cowboys.
they're a train wreck right now.
They are.
If they can't sign these guys.
Commanders, they won't challenge them. Cowboys, Giants
won't.
They're not going to challenge them. It's going to be Eagles and Cowboys to win the division. I don't see anything different from that.
Hey, we're going to catch up with assistant head coach for Arizona State, Charlie Regal, next. He joins us because it's all part of Crest Insurance as we look at ASU's next opponent and first opponent for this season and some of his takeaways from training camp. We're just getting started. We're out here at Twin Peaks, Deer Valley. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Introducing
Clear.
Smidge, the game-changing, ready-to-drink beverage that's shaking up the market. With just 2.5% alcohol and only 50 calories in a 12-ounce serving, Smidge is perfect for the sober curious. Smidge better taste, fewer calories, and double the fun. Try it today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
It's raining inside.
Pipes burst, but we're covered with renter's insurance from Smart Bunny.
Get up to $100,000 of personal liability coverage and up to $40,000 of contents insurance for as low as $15 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app for some renter's insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
At Progressive, we know there's a lot of things you can track. Steps, calories, heart rate, your pet steps, screen time, the whereabouts of your favorite celebrity, how long you slept, how long you didn't sleep, how long you thought about sleeping, how long you thought about sleeping. But none of these things could save you money. Unlike Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate based on how and how much you drive. It's much better for your bottom line than tracking your Cocker Spaniel's resting heart rate. So download the Progressive app today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
You're hot. Coach, are you ready to go? You ready?
It is go time, and I am ready and looking forward to the season, baby. I'm looking forward to spending that quality time with you guys.
Yeah, we are ready as well. Coach, what would you say is, if you had one, maybe two takeaways from camp, especially up at Camp T, what are some of your takeaways that you came back and said, man, that was awesome. That went maybe better than expected.
I think how hard these guys work. These guys came to work every single day. I could not be more impressed. There wasn't very many down days over the course of camp. These guys brought it every day, and I think that is a very, very good sign. And I think just overall the quality of team, the maturation, the growth is much different than it was a year ago.
Talk about Camp T. Talk about all the things the intangibles of Camp Tonazona, Coach. Growing up here in the Valley and going up there watching, Mount Cush and watching all those players for many, many years. What are some of those intangibles that you feel, or you and Kennedy both feel, carry this team through a season?
Well, I think the number one thing that it builds is just the camaraderie that you don't get in this day and age. The cell phone service is limited. And, I think it inherently forces bonds that may not have happened in a general world of college football, if you will. And on top of that, I think it's one of the most iconic and beautiful settings personally in college football. But I do think no matter what, corny, cheesy, whatever you want to say, it does bring your team closer together. And I think with this group, that's something that's going to pay dividends.
Was there some goals and aspirations that you guys had going up the hill that you attained?
I just think, it was about work. It's about for us, it's just about getting better every day and trying building going into year two. But I think the one thing, like I said, coming off the mountain and just finishing camp is just looking at these guys as a whole and knowing them that these guys are coming to play this fall. And not that we didn't last year, but these guys know what last year was like, the ones that are still here. And, they work, and I think it's something that, again, is going to be, it'll show up over the next 12 games and hopefully a bowl game.
Charlie Regal is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. Coach, I want to find out when you decided to name Sam Levitt the quarterback, and why was he, selected as your number one guy as compared to the Bourget and Sims that you also had in camp. What distinguished him to be the number one guy?
Well, again, I'm going to give you my opinion because that's obviously something for Coach Arroyo and Coach Dillingham to decide. But and I think just from watching it from my perspective, I thought that all three quarterbacks had their moments, but I think the consistency that Sam brings of being here in the spring as well, so the familiarity certainly helped him. But I think it's overall, his consistency and he brings a lot of athleticism to that position as well. And I'm excited to see him go here this fall.
And, Coach, you talked about the new OC, Coach Arroyo. Talk about what this offensive philosophy is and what might be the difference for the Sun Devil fans watching this year versus last year.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's about players, right? Like I think that, and it's not a knock on the guys we had last year, but I think Sam brings a different element to the game, and I think Marcus's history of being the places that he's been, not only at the collegiate level, obviously being a former head coach, being, coaching and being OC at Oregon, but also several stops in the NFL. I think he is well-grounded and versatile in what he's going to do. And I think that you can bet, and it's a safe bet, that we're going to be efficient and be good at running the football. I think our depth at the running back position is certainly going to help us. That's one that we probably have as good as any position on our team. And then I just think, again, it's the consistency of Sam and the elevation of that position, I think will ultimately help us win more football games this fall.
Charlie, has reality now officially set in that you're not going to be playing Stanford, Cal, Washington, Oregon, that you are moving now to the Big 12 and things will be totally different? Do the players understand how this has changed?
Well, I don't know so much. I mean, they obviously do, but unless you've been here for 4 or 5 years, I don't know that necessarily resonates with them. I think it'll be more so for us as coaches. I'm talking probably more about myself being in the Pac-12 for a while now. I think it's just going to be somewhat different, maybe a little weird, so to speak. And it probably won't hit in until we go through this first season of playing those road games at different places, and playing the different venues and different teams. I think that's something that you got to go through before it actually sets in. But at the same time, nobody's really a big fan of change, right? But it's exciting. And, we certainly have some great road games to play in this league. And I know we're excited for the opportunity.
Coach, you talk about change. There is some change this year. The 2-minute warning at the end of the second and fourth quarter. Coaches being able to communicate with the players with the radio devices. How do you think all that's going to play into this season? And is it something that's just ready to go, or you think there'll be a learning process?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely a learning process to it. I think it's advantageous for us for sure. And I'm excited about using the technology, but I think, there's always a learning curve when you add it to, the coaching. We've practiced it in some of our scrimmage, and, it's a fine balance, right, of how much technology is too much technology. Where do you draw the line? Where does the coaching end and begin? So I think there'll be a feeling out process for sure, but I do think it's a positive, and it's certainly going to help us. It's just how we integrate it and manage it, I think, will be the key. Just like anything when you add something new.
Coach, speaking of managing and integrating, are you guys going to have any kind of a full-blown scrimmage, maybe Saturday or Sunday, prior to getting ready for Wyoming? And will you incorporate all the high tech that's going to be used this year?
So we did that last week. We finished with our final scrimmage last week in doing that and integrating that technology. The last scrimmage that we had on last Saturday. Tomorrow we will go into a mock game situation. So we'll go through all of the scenarios that could possibly come up. We'll hit that. And then we'll get a Saturday morning AM practice with an emphasis on the Wyoming. And then Sunday will be like a normal Sunday, and we're into game week. So here we go.
I want to find out, Josh Allen is not playing quarterback for Wyoming, so you guys catch a break there. What do you know about the Wyoming Cowboys, Charlie?
Well, you know what? Here's what we know historically, right? Like we're going to spend some time, and the guys have been spending time, the staff, breaking them down today. historically, right, a very tough team, physically demanding, and this is not a team that's going to show up here in Tempe. I mean, they beat Texas Tech at home last year. This is not a team that's going to show up here to Tempe on the 31st intimidated by ASU. So we know that this is a well-coached and a very well-disciplined program. Obviously, new coaching staff in terms of head coach. We know that we're going to have to come to play in week one. And you know what? I think to a man, we wouldn't want it any other way. This is something that we've got to go out. We've got, like I said, a new team that we're excited about, and we're up for the challenge as well against a very good Wyoming program, and we're looking forward to kicking it off here on the 31st.
Coach, thanks for jumping on a week early, man. We appreciate you, man. We can't wait to get going here. We wish you and your staff an incredible season. We're all looking forward to it. So thanks for doing this again, and thanks for the time today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You know that I'm fired up to be with you guys year two. Hopefully we can say that for another 6, 7, 8 years and do this for a while. But I'm looking forward to being with you guys this season. And as always, go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Ragle joining us. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group for sponsoring Charlie Ragle and the Sun Devil Report, as Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Check it out for yourself. That's CrestINS.com. Speaking of college football, we got an epic 12-game playoff called the 12-Team College Football Predictor. And all you got to do is predict the 12 college football playoff teams in exact order in which seeded and the winner, and you'll win $20,000. Or predict just the teams in order, $10,000, or just 12 teams, $1,000. So you can win either 20, 10, or 1,000. And all you got to do is go to rockandmanuch.com. That's rockandmanuch.com. You don't want to miss the shot. Deadline is next Thursday. So enter now at rockandmanuch.com. Looking forward to seeing how that all goes down. Did you guys get yours in yet?
I'm going to do mine this weekend.
Me
Spend
too.
some time with it. Yeah.
It takes a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Jackson's got his in. I got mine in.
Good.
It's it does take a little while.
Yeah.
To kind of look at the rules so you
Sure.
make sure
Yes.
that you know what the this 12-team playoff rule is, because there's multiple rules in there. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. We are out here at Twin Peaks thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. You got 22-ounce man-sized beers right now for $6 for the Blue Moon, $5.75 for the Coors Lights. They do it every single Thursday, and they do it through the whole football season. So always a lot of fun here at Twin Peaks. And drafts, you can have your draft here as well. Everything's up on our website at Roc and Manuch. But we are out here at the Deer Valley location. Coming up, it's our Document Solutions Sounds of the Night. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B right here, Fox Sports 910.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks get a travel day off before taking on the Red Sox for 3 in their first visit to Fenway Park in 8 years. Ryan Nelson expected to get the ball for tomorrow's opener. The Cardinals finish out the preseason Sunday versus the Broncos. Quarterback Clayton Tune is expected to play the first half and Desmond Ridder the second half. The Mercury lost to the Atlanta Dream yesterday in the first of 2 straight games against them. They're back at it again tomorrow. Sun Devil football wrapped up fall camp yesterday. ASU's season opener is next Saturday when they take on Wyoming. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Sun Devil football is back. Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium as a member of the Big 12 Conference to take on the Wyoming Cowboys Saturday, August 31st at 7:30 p.m.
Scadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Devils!
Get your ASU Wyoming tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home of the hashtag sexy roof status.
Have you been arrested for something you didn't do? When your liberty is on the line, you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is the firm you can trust with your freedom. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, Time is not on your side. Call Lerner and Rowe today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Regal. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation. Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card? Uh-huh. Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase. Really? Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Las Vegas Aces star and South Carolina alum Asia Wilson has been given the award named for her former coach, the WNBA's Dawn Staley Community Leadership Award. Asia won for her work empowering youth, including creating the Asia Wilson Foundation in 2019 to help kids with dyslexia. To honor the win, the WNBA will make a $10,000 donation to the charity of her choice. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Time for today's play of the day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get to the play of the day.
All right, D-backs put up 7 late runs to get past the Marlins yesterday, 10-8. Gurriel Jr., thank you.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Hit the go-ahead 3-run double during a 4-run 7th inning, which led to the sweep of the Marlins. And here's how it went down.
Lourdes drives it deep to center. Pache in pursuit, and it's off the wall. Peterson's home. Bell is home. Here comes Gretchik. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. clears the bases. It's a 3-run pinch hit double, and the Diamondbacks have grabbed that lead right back.
Clear him. Pinch hit, which made it even better. And then Perdomo added a solo homer to get this team up to 8-6. That put the score, by the way, 7-6. This put it up 8-6.
4 in the 7th. And Perdomo trying to add one more, and that is a towering fly ball way out of here. Geraldo Perdomo, his second, and it's 8-6.
Think about that. The power through the lineup. You have Perdomo going yard. And Gurriel is starting to catch a little fire these last few games. Always good to take on a team to kind of get a little healthy with in reference to this Marlins team. But again, the D-backs, crushing the baseball while some of their starting pitchers struggling a little bit, especially one Jordan Montgomery.
Well, they had to. I mean, they had to take advantage. They're playing against a bad Miami team, and you had to go in there and at least win 2 of the 3, and they were swept, which was even better. Now things are going to get much more difficult in Boston beginning tomorrow over the weekend against the Red Sox.
So we had a bunch of walk-offs yesterday in baseball, and this one was cool, as I know Shu enjoyed this because this is a kid who got called up, gets in there, and hits his first home run, and it's a game winner.
Wickers throws one deep left center field. Back goes Mullins near the wall. It's out of here! Jesse Wickers' first home run as a New York Met is a walk-off shot in the bottom of the 9th, and the Mets do it again with the game-winning home run by Wickers.
And I didn't mean called up. He had been in the league. This is his first stint with the Mets.
2 out of 3 against the Orioles.
National. What?
2 out of 3 against the Orioles, and that team's coming in. Was it on Monday for 3-game series against the D-backs? I mean, you got Boston followed up by the Mets, followed by the Dodgers. So it's not going to be any easier for this Diamondback team taking on some of these teams that are playing pretty good baseball.
Rangers also had a walk-off.
So, last man standing here, Wyatt Langford. I don't take anything right now. That one flared into center field, base hit, and Wyatt Langford makes the Rangers a winner this afternoon.
And that dying quail looks like a line drive in a box score.
You always say, I just drilled that.
I mean, you just right over there. Hey, you know what? Even a bad pass, I would rather say ugly completion than a pretty interception.
Sure.
That was a flare. It looks like a line drive in a box score and a game winner.
And a city that really needs some help when it comes to fans, as yesterday they saw their lowest attendance in their ballpark's history, and that is the St. Louis Cardinals, but this is their walk-off.
I would assume this is a spot for Nolan. You make him throw you strike one. But it's awfully tempting if it's center cut to hit it hard somewhere in the air and end the game. Swing and a drive. Belted down the line. That ball is gone. What a grand finish in St. Louis tonight.
They need that bad as they are struggling.
Yes, they are.
They are.
And for attendance under 30,000 for a place like Busch Stadium where baseball is all they have in St. Louis. And here they are. I mean, they've had lower crowds in pandemic, but since they opened in 2006, that is their lowest attendance.
And they're falling. They fortunate win. They were 5 back, I believe, in the wild card. They've lost 3 out of the last 10. They're really struggling. They're right there in the wild card. They're like +2.
They were in it.
Last 3 weeks, they have really fallen on hard times.
And then De La Cruz stole his 60th stolen base of the year, joins the 2060 club. Here it is, thanks to Bally Sports Ohio.
De La Cruz is going to run on.
There he goes. The pitch is down. The throw down is offline. Ellie De La Cruz takes third base. And that is a monumental steal. That's his 60th swipe of the season. He is the 5th man in the modern era to have 20 homers and 60 steals. It's Joe Morgan, Ricky Henderson, Eric Davis, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, he has this one no problem at all.
Kid's worth the price of admission to
Yeah,
one.
special.
He really is fun.
He is.
He is.
He's energetic.
Yep.
He's fun. He's hell of a fielder too. Look at his range. Guy's 6'5", about $150.
Yeah,
if that.
And he's got some wheels.
Oh, does he
he
ever
can fly.
He can flat run.
I hope he keeps going. I'd like to see him steal another 40 bases.
Oh, I would too.
Why
I
not?
would too.
Hey, Sounds of the Night are brought to you by Document Solutions. It's time for an all-in-one wireless printer. Yeah, of course it is. Right now, you can buy, lease, or even rent one from Document Solutions. Just call them at 623-252-8282. All right, on this day, 35 years ago, 1989, Nolan Ryan of the Rangers became the first pitcher in Major League Baseball history to throw 5,000 strikeouts. He ended up ending his career with 5,714.
You know, people talk about what are some of the unbreakable records. Well, in today's world for Major League Baseball, nobody's ever going to get close to Nolan Ryan's strikeout record.
And you're right, because these guys don't go more than 6 innings.
No.
That's it right there, Rock. I mean, they're not going to be. I mean, if they got a 8, 9, 10 strikeout performance, they're usually yanking them by the 7th inning. That's phenomenal when you see that.
Yes, it's amazing.
You look at those numbers. Then Randy Johnson's not far behind him, but Randy was like, "You're not taking me out of this game until I run out of gas."
Were like that. Steve Carlin was like that.
Yeah.
They all were like that.
Yeah.
They didn't want to come out.
Randy Johnson's 1,000 strikeouts behind him.
There's a story that Ed Shandings of the Cardinals was looking to walk out of the dugout. Bob Gibson glared at him when he was pitching. Red said, "No, I'll hang back.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good." Bob looked at him like, "Don't you dare come out here." That's just how those guys were back in those days.
Staying with the Rangers on this day, 17 years ago, they beat the Orioles 30-3. Most runs scored by any team in modern Major League Baseball history. When they say modern Major League Baseball history, What is the date that it started?
What's the cutoff date, Jimmy?
That beats the hell out of me. 1900?
60 maybe? 1960?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, that's.
So I'm asking you old guys.
I think it's around 1900 someplace because prior to that, that you had, the Ty Cobbs of the world and all of those guys that were putting up just absolutely incredible numbers. Look, I've never looked at that stat because I don't know why I didn't, but I always get when they say modern day baseball. Is that 1960? I mean, look, we saw what happened with the home runs. I mean, they count Babe Ruth when he hit his 60 home runs, and then so many years later, it's broken with 61 with Roger Maris. So Babe Ruth's home runs are modern day history. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. So that's the way I feel about it.
Depends how many rules have been changed. Not many since then, besides today, nowadays. I'll go 1960-ish. That'd be modern day.
Modern day? I'm going to go just 1900.
Oh, my gosh. It's over 100 years. You're looking
Well,
about that.
That's still modern day.
Yeah, a lot of changes since 1900 to 2024.
I understand that. But, people talk about Ty Cobb and his records, and that's all they talked about until Pete Rose broke it. So Ty Cobb's records had to be modern day records. That's the way I view it.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah.
It's Major League Baseball was formed in 1876.
Yeah.
But would that be modern time? Because the sport goes, there's records of the sport going back in the 1700s.
Well, there was a lot of change between 1876 and the 1900s, the teens, the 20s.
1901. 1901. Okay.
No, see, nope. So I was close.
That's a long modern
See,
day.
I said 1900.
That's a long modern day,
Well,
right
there you go.
So why would they just say from 1901?
Yeah.
Since a lot of people probably fight that and say, well, 1901, hasn't a lot of things changed? Not really.
I only called 2 games in 1901. That was it.
Hey, On This Day is brought to you by our biggest football promotion this year, any year, to be honest, as we are giving you an opportunity to win a Traeger grill, a Blackstone griddle, and much, much, much more. All you got to do, and you can do it now, is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. It's called our Fantastic Tailgating Sweepstakes, and it's all because of Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. No purchase necessary, and all you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. And, of course, standard message, data rates apply, all that good stuff. So make this football season unforgettable at Twin Peaks. Well, another local kid gets named starter at a big-time college, a true freshman as well. Plus, the SEC announces their set of tiebreakers for the upcoming season. Football 50 is next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and iHeart Radio app.
All right, final week of the NFL preseason is set for tonight as the two-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs are set to host the Chicago Bears, while the Colts are going to play the Cincinnati Bengals. And for the Chiefs fans, it's blacked out in their city because of the Democratic Convention.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have NFL Network, you can't watch it.
Wow.
Which is unfortunate because you would think that that local station, that CBS affiliate,
It's
or whoever,
it's an affiliate.
has a
That's
CW or has a
why.
WB that they can place it on.
To be honest with you, I've worked in cities where something like that has taken place, and they have placed the game then on an independent station.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah,
It would be on either of those.
So I don't know why they didn't do that
Preseason.
Yeah, man,
But
maybe.
still, it's
still the Chiefs.
You know?
Yeah.
Well,
remember, they did turn down the bond issue.
I was just going to say that.
To do the stadium. So
Could be it.
Yeah,
Could be
could be
it.
it.
Yeah, thanks for winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But
You got 3 games tomorrow. The Raiders and 49ers will highlight the day. And then there are 8 games on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and a Sunday night game with the Commanders hosting the Patriots. So that's pretty cool to get into that. Now, NFL fans, if you are into the Sunday ticket, there's now another way to purchase the Sunday ticket outside of YouTube TV, because it's all YouTube. So YouTube is going to place the Sunday ticket on the Apple App Store, and you can watch it like on your iPad or your iPhone, and it's only going to cost $679.
Oh, God.
And if you want to bundle it with the NFL Red Zone, it's $739.
What a break that is.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
a cut, yeah.
So this Apple Store is going to cost you $37.77 per Sunday throughout the 18-week season. That's crazy.
Man.
I'm sorry. I much rather come to Twin Peaks
Yeah,
drink,
absolutely.
drink a bunch of Coors Lights and have something to eat. And,
Wasn't it Direct
or-
TV? Because I have Direct TV, and when we had the ticket, I think it was only around $300.
That was about right. It's YouTube TV is $479.
Okay.
Or just go to YouTube at night like I do and watch the highlights of all the 4, 5, 6 games you want to
Yeah,
watch.
but
Watch the 12-minute version, which eliminates a lot of stuff.
But that's not how it works. I mean, you want to watch the games.
I get it.
live.
I understand that. But if you don't have time or you want to spend the money, there's an alternative to go and
Yeah,
watch
you
the
come
highlights.
you come to Twin Peaks
Well,
and
yeah,
watch
Twin
the games.
Peaks
That's
or-
what I do.
So we have another local kid. She played at Chandler, played at Pinnacle, who is now going to be a starting quarterback for a major college, and it's the Cornhuskers. And it's a very highly touted freshman, Dylan Raiola,
Dylan
who will
Raiola.
be the starting quarterback against UTEP on the 31st. He enrolled early with the Huskers. He was talked he was going to Ohio State. There were a bunch of places that he was going to go. Georgia. Of course, his dad, Dom, played in the NFL for many years and played for Nebraska.
Yep.
So, and his uncle is a coach, offensive line coach there. So it's all playing in. But again, and we need to maybe do some research on this and find out how many kids from Arizona are at a D1 college playing quarterback.
Well, I know. Well, D1.
I can just go Raiola. I can go Tyler Shuck. I can go. I mean, if you just take recent
And I'm not even
history-
saying starters. I'm just saying going into this season.
Spencer Rattler.
Going into this, well,
Spencer's
he's
with the
down in the
Orange
NFL
Saints.
now.
Huh?
He's in the
Saints.
NFL now.
Yeah, I know that, but
I'm
I'm
talking
saying
about
college.
going into this season.
This season.
Jimmy,
Okay.
you're not having a good day today.
No, I am.
D1. So
I'm on
go-
fire.
So right now, just off the top of my head, you got Chuba Purdy, Nevada. You got Ty Thompson at Tulane. Tyler Shuck at Louisville. Dylan Raiola at Nebraska. Devin Brown at Ohio State. He's backing up Will Howard. And I'm trying to think who might be some of the others that are out there. Parker Navarro at Ohio.
Yeah.
At Ohio.
Bobcats are represent
the Bobcats.
The Bobcats.
And I'm trying
They
to
want to come back there.
there's a lot of guys in the FCS.
There are.
There. But I mean, right now, that's the guys that I can think of off the top of my head that are in the D1 right now. And
It's great.
It's
I mean,
phenomenal.
It's quarterback university. You're going to have to change the name of your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Manuch has got a quarterback school
Yeah.
or coaching, or I don't know what you want to call
It's
it.
QB University.
Yeah.
QB University.
Yeah, real original.
Well,
But
I know.
it's
Good LLC. The others were gone. Right? Got about 10 years ago.
I don't know why you just didn't call it the Manuch Academy or Manuch.
Well,
use your name.
Yeah, well, it's just pretty much like my Twitter at QB Manuch. But there's a lot of guys. I mean, you'd be surprised how many of the NAIA Division II and Division III kids are out there. Probably there's another 20 or 25 that are out there in the smaller schools.
So this morning, I was in Gilbert witnessing being part of Jason Payne from State 48 Roofing.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting a television commercial.
Okay.
And he did the stand up, and then he was going. He went. I had to leave, but he was on the roof, and you'll
Sure.
start seeing it on. He's doing because they're sponsoring Monday Night Football this year.
Okay.
So you'll see it on ESPN and all that. And he told me, he's like, yeah, ran into a guy last week. Manuch is training his kid. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like every week it seems like
he's training every kid.
Every kid in his town. Is it free?
No,
not free. No,
everybody's doing it.
I give him a hell of a deal, though. Here's the thing, Rock. You talk about college football. There's been 54 college football programs. That's why I have 10 jobs, guys. Added since, I think, 2015, which gives a lot of these quarterbacks, even players, an opportunity to go and play at an NAIA Division II, Division III, because they're expensive, guys. They're expensive. So I probably got, I'm going to say 15 young men over the last 2 or 3 years that have gone to the smaller schools and had an opportunity to continue their education, number one, play football, number two. And I've got one young man, I mean, you never thought this, that's gone to Hastings College, that's my daughter went, I believe they're NAIA. He got a full ride scholarship. Jackson did, and to full ride scholarship to go to Hastings College in the middle of Nebraska. I believe the NAIA school. So those opportunities are out there because there's so much more football and funding for these young men. So you don't have to go to Division FBS or FCS school to get noticed and to get a free education.
All right, so
or close to a free education.
Right, there are a lot of Cornhusker fans in the Valley. So what are they going to see then out of Raiola?
Well, young guy, throws a very good ball. He's accurate, a lot of poise for a young kid. He's about 6'3", 210, 215. And, I think that Coach Rule is going to have to kind of support him, not so much coddle him these first couple of games. But he was there, as you mentioned, Rock, at semester, so he was there for spring football. He's ready to go. It's just a matter of can he handle the speed of major college football coming at him. And UTEP, they're not a bad team. They did decent last year, though they faltered. It's a good test for him to get his feet wet.
So true freshman.
Yep.
True freshman. Let's get it out now on the 22nd of August, 2024. What's the over/under on how many schools he's going to play for before he finishes?
Oh, man.
Well, they're paying him pretty good. I know that.
They are.
They're paying really good.
But if he has a decent year for Nebraska and the team doesn't do well, maybe they finish 500. Maybe they squeak into a bowl.
A low-tier bowl.
You know an SEC school is going to come calling.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Nebraska put their neck out there for this young man with his dad being an alumnus and his uncle being an offensive line coach. So I think he's going to have to commit and be committed to be, because they said basically they basically told Chubba Purdy, say, Chubba, we've got this going on and you can stay and compete, but and Chubba said, hey, look, writing's on the wall. He was kind of forced to go find Nevada.
He was.
And it was unfortunate because he loved Lincoln. He was right in the middle of the mix. So when you say how many over-under teams will he transfer, I got to believe that kid's committed, because Nebraska said, hey, Dominic Raiola, you're an alumnus. Hey, Coach Raiola, you're our offensive line coach. Now, if Rule gets fired in 2 years and Raiola's left hanging out there in the wind, then maybe. But I think for right now, I'm going to say one. I'll say
I'm
one.
going to go two.
I'm going to go three.
You're going to go three?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look at what some of these guys have done. They've gone to a school. Didn't we talk the other day about a guy who's playing his 6th year in college?
Tight end,
yeah, in college football because of injuries, and then the extra COVID year. And I mean, you can make great money playing college football and not have to jump to the NFL right away.
And he's already got a pattern.
Yeah.
He went Ohio State,
yes,
Georgia,
yeah,
and then in Nebraska.
Yeah, so he's already on the move.
So the better offer one.
His bags are packed.
All right, one more. Marcus Golden announced retirement yesterday. If you recall, he was selected by the Cards in the second round of the 2015 draft, and he had currently been on the reserve retired list on the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier this month. We had talked about that, but he made it official that he has decided to retire. He finished his career not bad, 51 sacks That's a lot.
Uh-huh.
343 tackles, 11 forced fumbles in 127 games. Had a real good career.
He was a dominant there for a while. Then he went to the Giants, played well there, came back to the Cardinals. Wasn't quite the same, but after 10 years, you're a rush end or outside linebacker, start to take its toll. I think his main emphasis was, hey, look, let me get out of it while I'm somewhat healthy, and he's made pretty damn good money.
All right, Football 50 brought to you by Twin Peaks. That's where we are today, Deer Valley. Don't forget our annual Pro Football Fan Pick'em is back, presented by Blue Moon and Coors Light. You have a chance to win $5,000 plus great prizes like weekly Twin Peaks man cards. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. Cards former defensive lineman Michael Bankson's going to join us. We got Peaks picks and much more.
30.
As we continue from Twin Peaks, Deer Valley. It's Roc, Manuch, and Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and wild gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
And hungry for some college football? Well, we finally get a taste this weekend. Don't miss any of the action. Jump in at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's a small but mighty slate of games for week 0, including a big matchup in Ireland. This is going to be DraftKings' biggest college football season to date. Enjoy the ride now all the way through the expanded playoffs. Plus, all newbies getting into the college spirit, here's something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
Don't let erectile dysfunction impact your performance. It's a common medical condition and there's no shame in seeking help. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Sun Devil football wrapped up fall camp yesterday. Arizona State season opener set for next Saturday when they battle Wyoming. It's a travel day for the Diamondbacks before they take on the Red Sox this weekend in what will be their first visit to Fenway Park in 8 years. Brian Nelson expected to get the Cardinals finish out the preseason Sunday against the Broncos. Quarterback Clayton Tune is expected to play the first half. Desmond Ridder the second half. The Mercury lost to the Atlanta Dream in the first of 2 straight games against them. They're back at it again tomorrow. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, a very slight chance of seeing an isolated shower or two with those daytime highs right around 105. We'll keep those chances in the forecast for this evening with those overnight lows right around 85. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by the City of Phoenix. Hey, Phoenix, you're ranked third in the country for traffic fatalities, partly because 70% of pedestrian crashes and half of all bike vehicle collisions happen when drivers are turning. Phoenix, pay attention when you're on the road. You're a big city. Act like one.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks, Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Stopped himself in hour one
By the injury
with Regal.
Lerner and
We're in his head now, boys.
You need a check? Make one call. That's all.
What?
602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox
You're hot.
910.
I would tighten that seatbelt for this hour.
Uh-oh.
I just have a feeling you guys are just going to go off the rails in some capacity.
Why is that?
Just because I feel it. Jimmy's like in a different mood.
So how does that impact me?
Yeah, I mean, Schubert's in a good mood. I mean, it's just like
I'm always ready to go, man. Put me in, coach.
Dude, sometimes
Let's
you
go.
just need to, sometimes you need to stay where you belong. That's on the bench. You need to be a backup. You're a very good backup. You're a very good number two. You're a very good number two.
You think my eyes are more valuable on the sideline to help you while you're on the field? Quarterback. is what you're
Absolutely.
saying. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
can
not a
do
bad
it.
thing.
I can handle that.
I mean, let
I'm
me-
a team player,
Yeah,
Rock.
let me spin it out
Sure.
there. And you guys tell me like the day that I come off the field.
Sure.
You tell me, hey, that DB is just playing back at 11 yards to 10. You need to
I will
be
do
all
and
over that.
You know what? As being a team guy, I will do that, and I got better penmanship as well too, so you can read my stuff versus you
Very
being on
true.
the sideline.
Shoot.
I think our coaching is paying off, Rock, because I don't know if you noticed this in hour number one, but when we had Charlie Regal on, Jimmy B went to do his thing, and I'll play it for everybody.
I'm real curious.
He almost did it, but he stopped himself in the
Twice.
middle because I think the coaching is starting to set in a little bit, and he realized, if I do this, they're going to go after me on Friday. So it's working. So you think hour two is going to be off the rails? Nah, I think Jimmy B's got it for us in hour number two.
So it happened twice in the Charlie Regal interview with Jimmy B. So for those of you like, what the hell are these guys talking about? When we interview a guest, every single guest, at least once, Jimmy B will
not once.
All right, at least twice.
I'd say 1.5.
Okay,
average.
We'll say
That's the over/under.
We'll say
I'm real curious.
Are you? That's how he'll start. I'm real curious, and then ask the question. So twice in the interview, I want to know. You just changed. You call yourself twice.
You did. Good job, Jim.
You did catch
Yeah,
yourself,
boy.
right, Jimmy?
I thought so.
Because both times you did it, yes.
Yes.
Jackson and I looked at each other and winked and like, oh man, we almost had him again because we were like thinking about starting a drinking game. Just curious.
We all have our catchphrases as we've had.
Oh no, we all do.
Yeah. I had to write like 10 of them down. Just make sure I don't. forget
Yours
that.
is scenario.
Well, it's Michael J. I.e. my MJ. Yeah. Oh, we've had a few of them.
No, I mean, we were told when we had that training.
Yes, we did.
Remember, they're like, write it down.
Yes.
So anybody that's getting into business, write it down. If you're something you say all the time, write it, put it right in front of you, and that way you won't say it.
Right, like
just
players'
curious.
names. Like, yeah, you'd like to be able to say players' names correctly.
No, Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court.
Right, if you're a professional radio broadcaster and you were going to say a player's name, you would be able to pronounce it correctly.
Yeah. Well, that's only your only screw up. I mean, Rock's got about 90 of them. Over the
I
years.
know.
I mean,
I lead. I've always led.
I've always said,
pronunciation.
Out of the 40-something thousand people that I saw had a Diamondback shirt on.
Wow.
Okay? That's one observer. Or how do you say it? Observation. Thank you.
It's like, what the? It's like
we're there for you,
I'm
Rock.
not
Yeah.
even drinking. I mean, it's not
No.
like I'm here drinking.
You're having coffee.
We're there for you.
There's nothing more frustrating than my inability to pronounce people's names. and I have a master's degree, which I got a 3.9 as that was my grade.
Smart
That's
dude,
impressive,
man.
man. Yeah,
I came
dude.
up.
I can't talk worth a damn,
I
but
know.
he's smart.
My thesis was on pay-per-view in the NFL, and it came to fruition.
It did.
So I'm not stupid. I just can't pronunciate.
Just can't
things.
talk.
It
How
happens.
dumb am I?
It happens. Might have been a day you were sick that Mrs. Florio had that class in literature that you might have missed, Rock, as far as
My
articulation.
mom was a freaking English teacher.
Well, I didn't want to bring that up.
She actually was Title,
Divorced.
She actually was a Title IX teacher.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah,
It's part of
So
that.
I was in that class like that first grade.
Yeah.
I was in there, but then they got me out. I think I got a little autism in me. That's it's got. I mean, not laughing about autism.
No,
It's
no,
crazy.
we're not.
But there are
I think
levels.
you're
there's-
ADD.
Well, definitely ADD. I'll tell you. I was working at WB 61 selling, and I
Okay.
was like freaking out because I'm like, "What's going on, man? I'm all over the place, whatever." And someone said, "Why don't you go to see a social worker?" So I went and saw a social worker.
Okay.
And they make you take a test. I take the test, and immediately, it's handwritten back then.
Right.
Immediately, she did the score, and she's like, I got some bad news. And I'm like, what's that? She's like, you got ADD. And I'm like, yeah, I know what the problem is.
You passed that
You
test
passed
with
that
flying
test.
colors.
Yeah. So they give me this Ritalin stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And I'm 25 years old, whatever,
Sure.
30, I don't know what I was. And man, I was salesperson of the month like 4 straight months being on that Ritalin stuff.
You were on fire.
I mean, it was like, all right. So I think the point was I knew I had an issue.
Right. Yeah.
And I could address it in it because that's one of the things. Like we all agree when we got pain, we got
Sure,
things
yeah,
are hurting, and you don't know what it is. But once you find out what it is, and then you can treat it, kind of makes you feel better.
Amen. Yeah, that's. I mean, we talked about the other day about Randy Gregory and why he's holding out,
Yes.
and the drug that he takes for his mental issues. It's not approved by the
Serious.
National Football League, but the FDA has approved
Has
it.
approved that drug.
But the NFL won't approve it
Yeah.
for his life. And that's why he's holding out eventually.
There's some ingredient in it that's why they won't approve it.
Yeah, but he needs that. And the contradiction to that point, Rock, that the NFL has about making the game safer, promoting mental health and physical health. If this is something he needs, why not make an exception and improve it? Eventually, who got cut him? Where was he at?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they cut him, and he's a holdout.
Yep.
He said, I need my prescription if I'm going to continue to play.
So some college football news I hit this morning that it hit last night, but really kind of got some play was the news that Kirk Ferentz got a 1-game suspension, and he got suspended for a recruiting violation.
Mm-hmm.
He also, and it was when they were pursuing
Cade
Michigan quarterback.
McNamara. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Go ahead, finish the
I
story.
was just helping you.
And they also suspended their wide receiver coach. So this suspension kind of just came out of nowhere. And there's been a little bit of black cloud. I think you know the Iowa program.
I
Jimmy.
do.
A black cloud over that school and the strength coach and his son and everything else that's happened there. They've had their issues.
Yes.
But, Kurt's been there for 20-plus years.
Many
He's the next
years.
Hayden Fry
He
there, right?
He is.
And I know him personally. I got to host him when he was here, and I really love the guy.
He's a great guy.
Really, really nice guy. And I think it's these old-time coaches that we're going to hear more of these little suspensions because the rules are changing rapidly. But I don't understand how this thing came out. And, I mean, I know it was an investigation. It had to take some time, right?
Well, apparently,
Somebody rat him out?
No, Cade McNamara was on a podcast and said that he was going to, when he was still at Michigan, said, I'm going to go to Iowa. They want me to come and play quarterback there, so I'm going to go in the portal. So that was before. So he pretty much blurted it out,
but the fact
on a podcast.
The fact that happened,
yeah.
Come on.
I know. I'm with you.
Now, I'm sure there's other kids that have come out and done the same thing.
Sure.
Or, hey, I'm thinking about entering the transfer portal, and I like Georgia and Ohio State.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, when he said that, if the NCAA goes, well, wait a second, you put that out there, they got to go prove that if Coach Ferentz and this Coach Ferentz has gone to him before that to say you just came out with it. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they did anything. But I think the other situation is that a lot of these coaches have got to understand what's fair, what's not. What can I do, what I cannot do. If they enter the portal, there's a time frame for everything. I mean, it's this whole portal thing and when you can contact them, when you can't. But we've heard Charlie Regal talk about this, the ASU assistant head coach, other coaches say, I've got to be very clear on when I can contact that individual and when I can't. There's a live period, there's a dead period. And Coach Ferenz might have just forgot. Ferenz, I'm sorry. Coach Ferenz might have thought that he was under the guidelines because this is, I haven't seen any kind of ramifications against Coach Ferenz at all, ever.
I think it's a joke.
I mean, it's like
the NCAA they need something to do.
And a guy like him was around forever. How about like a warning? I mean, hey, Coach, we found this out, figured out. And the only reason they found out is because of the podcast, allegedly.
Yes. And now you have Michigan reporters that are kind of harassing him in the program. There's gamesmanship in there too. But when you got Michigan reporters trolling, it's like, come on.
Oh, like Michigan's a clean program. I mean, look at yourself in the mirror there, Michigan reporters.
Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of Michigan people, and they're thinking repeat. I'm like, dude, is marijuana legal there? I mean, are you serious? I mean, come on. I mean, you lose your head coach, you lose your quarterback, you lose most of your team, and you're going to tell me that you're going to be right back to where you were last year? They were a hell of a team last year.
They were great.
They're phenomenal.
They really were.
Yep.
And they deserved the national
Yes,
championship.
they did.
They earned it. But you can't tell me that, I know you're a Michigan fan, that you're going to tell me that, oh yeah, they're just as stacked as they were before.
It's like typical college fans, though. I mean, they're all delusional, and they get upset. They can trash their team, but you can't. So if you trash their team, then they come after you. How can you say those things about my team? Well, because they stink.
Yeah,
That's why.
and I love having fun with it because I'm a Buckeye fan, and I even tell them, like, hey, we've owned you for so many years.
Hey.
And now, you guys win a national championship. You guys can have fun with it, but I'll take the bet this year on who wins that game.
Oh, I would be thinking,
Buckeye.
I would think that Ohio State will win that game.
Hey, our college football predictor contest is up on our website at rockandmanuch.com. It's our 12-team college football pick'em, essentially. What you're doing is you are predicting all 12 college football teams in exact order, in which seeded and the winner, and you can win $20,000. If you get all 12 teams in exact order in which seeded, that's 10, or you just predicted 12 teams and win, you get 1,000. So how about that? That's all you got to do is go to our website, Roc and Manuch. It's free. First 1,000 people to enter. You don't want to miss the shot at winning $20,000 just for putting the 12 teams you think will be in the playoff. Coming up, we're going to dive into this week's sports bar gossip. The stories that we're going to banter around are kind of stories that you would at the watering hole. Like, essentially, what can't you wrap your head around, no matter how many times it's explained to you? And this is a good one. There's this guy that spent years impersonating a pizzeria where he would pretend he was the pizzeria and deliver bad pizzas on purpose. And he just got caught. It's a great story. Sports bar gossip next.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Get ready to turn heads with Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps, the original vehicle wrap shop. Your one-stop shop for business branding, vehicle wraps, and graphics. Our in-house graphic design team specializes in everything from food trucks to business fleets, RVs, cargo trailers, and side-by-sides. Ready to elevate your brand? Call Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps at 623-580-7386 or get a quick quote online at ArizonaColorWraps.com. One call wraps it all.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is here, which means my team and I are ready to serve you and your family. Go to state48roofing.com, scan the QR code below. We'll see you up on your roof.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Even professional athletes and celebrities find themselves in trouble with the law. For the latest news, here's Roc's Police Block on Fox Sports 910.
All right, if you're going to run a bad business, you might as well run it and be legit, meaning be bad at it, right? There's a 55-year-old guy in Florida named Jose Alvarez is facing a felony charge after he was caught impersonating a pizzeria. So this guy had he had to elaborate. It's bizarre how he did it. He'd go to hotels and distribute fake flyers pretending to be another pizzeria. That's like, pretending you're Domino's, but you're not Domino's, right? Only they would have his number on those flyers. So it'd be like getting a Domino's flyer, but his number to his pizzeria. So he would take the orders, make the pizzas, and then deliver them. But what was so odd about it is he would bring these pizzas, and they were so bad. They were made really cheap.
Yeah.
They were missing slices. They were like all over the board. And he finally got caught after years of doing it.
That's amazing.
So he was charged with a organized scheme to defraud. He got aggravated battery charge against him too, because I guess he fled from a hotel with his vehicle. But he did this for a few years.
Wow.
But I don't understand why you would want to do that.
Obviously, he made money.
Oh, he killed it.
Yeah.
But he made bad pizzas on purpose, too.
You would think that somebody would report him to the Better Business Bureau to start it off. That, hey, I'm paying my money. This guy, I've been using him for, a year. Every time I get a bad pizza, it's like, well, stop ordering from him, number one.
Well, that's right.
And then number two, I'm just very interested. What tipped off the police or anybody in reference to what was going on? I mean, to get away with it like that, make all this money, you think sooner or later? So where was he going and getting the bad pizzas, or was he making them himself in his own home? In his home oven? I mean,
it's like he didn't have his own pizzeria. He just acted like he had it.
Was he in his own Bobo pizza dough or something like that, putting it together?
No, he probably went to Safeway Albertsons, got those, the
pizza crust.
Pizza crust,
Yeah.
the dough.
Yeah.
Just
Put
them together.
Put some sauce on there, some mozzarella, and you're off. How bad is that?
That's unbelievable.
You could say, well, brilliant if you don't get caught, or that's bad, eventually getting caught.
According to a new survey, the average person knows if they're going to have a bad day ruined by 8:36 a.m.
Really?
And on average, we have 4 bad days per month. I got more than 4.
Really?
Oh, man.
I don't even know if I have a bad day.
Dude, you're retired. You don't have
working here on the show.
Dude, you don't do anything but
Well,
show up.
Jimmy,
that is true.
You have nothing. You have earned the right to show up and do nothing. That is, you've earned that over the years.
You're good at doing a whole lot of good. Doing a whole
you're
lot of
really
nothing.
good at that. So you have no worries. You live in Sun City, so you could do. You know,
No,
all
I
those,
don't live
mean,
in-
Sun Lakes. I always forget.
Same difference.
It
No,
is.
it's not.
It really is.
It's not even close.
It's a retirement community.
Old people and old people.
Yeah, and all they do is drive around in golf carts and.
Not Jimmy.
And
he
drink.
rides up. He uses tricycle to cart around there. You know what? You think about some of those things. You just kind of wonder, okay, how is that going to go forward? How is that going to work? But those are things that you look at and you go in the long run. I got to make a choice. It's going to be a good day today. It's going to be a positive day today. That's why I get up. It's like, it's a good day. I get
It's
a
a
chance
good
to
day. I
talk.
woke up, man. It's a good day.
Anytime you can wake up and not see your name in the obituaries,
That's
that's
good
a
day.
damn good day right
Yep.
there.
So this one, you may have to think about this one a little bit, but it's going pretty viral on Instagram. What you can't wrap your head around, no matter how many times it's been explained to you, like maybe it's space, you can't really figure out space, or why magnets do what magnets do, or the stock market. How does the stock market work?
That's a good one.
How airplanes can be so big and heavy and still fly.
I don't get that.
That
at
one's
all.
one. How cell phones work. That was one here. MRIs. How a chicken can make a whole egg every day. Which way is east, north, south, and west? I hate this one. Folding a fitted sheet.
That's hard.
Oh,
I can't do it.
That's
no.
hard.
I just crumple it up.
So
put
do
it
I.
in the
It's
corner.
like,
Yeah.
but I think it's just pretty cool. And you think about it, what are some of the things that, you just can't figure out? They can be explained to him so many times. Like, my dad's an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy for him to put something together. Like, I can't go to IKEA. I just can't.
Well, you're not the only one.
Okay, yeah. It's just that.
No way.
But even that stuff, like, I moved. You guys know that. So I put in, I built a bed, right?
Okay.
It took me 6 hours. And no exaggeration.
Okay.
20 bolts left.
Wow.
Where do these go?
And it was one of those.
Is it a wood bed? Is it a wood frame?
It's it was all wood, and then it had the
lats.
drawers inside.
Okay, yeah.
And then it had the headboard, too.
Okay. Is it a water bed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Had one in college.
Because when I did too. I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because when you had the water bed, you had the drawers underneath.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
Yes.
But this had all this stuff you had to do, and
It's speaking of engineers, when I was recruiting for Motorola semiconductor, I went to a semiconductor class learning to see how chip works. The chips are going to all your
Right.
Sure. All your. I looked at this guy. I was 3, 4, 5 times. It's black magic. It's voodoo. I don't know how that
voodoo.
works.
Yeah.
How those currents get through there, and even when they had gas bubbles that were part of it. It's like
I
forget
beg
it.
your pardon. Gas
Yeah.
bubbles?
All I know is I need the buzzwords to hire a guy. If he's got that experience, I'm dialed in. But, for me, growing up, it was math. I was not good at math. I had the algebra teacher, explain to me like 5 different times besides Sunday to say, this is how this equation goes. I finally said, no, not for me. I got my general math, and I'm good to go. When am I ever going to use algebra growing up?
all right,
Never.
Last one for Sports Bar Gossip today. The best for last.
Okay.
The question was asked, a new poll. Do you wash your feet in the shower?
Yes or no?
I have. I do it sometimes, like after I've played golf, and I perspire like crazy in the heat. So I have done that. Yes, I have, but it's not an everyday thing.
Every day I wash
No.
my feet. Absolutely.
Not
Wash
me.
the feet.
Really?
Absolutely. Shower, wash the feet. Because I'm out like Jimmy. I'm very active.
Yeah.
I don't want to get any kind of fungus.
You're active on the weekend.
I'm active during the week too. I'm out there after the show with the kids as well. I always wash my feet. We're doing the toes. I don't want to get any kind of fungus among us.
Man,
Never, man. I'm always washing.
I've had the question I have this story for at least a week now, and now I'm like into it, but it said 60% said yes, 37% no, and the others, not every time, but yes. To your point,
That's my point.
and I guess I never really thought about it until this question. It's just like
You probably have.
You ever had
probably
athlete's
have
foot,
washed
Rock?
them.
No.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You
you
get
don't
athlete's
want
foot
that.
one
Yeah.
time. You're
Yeah.
like you're washing and cleaning.
But it's not
every
something
time.
you think about. It's stupid to talk about this on the radio, but it's like it's not something that you do. I think on a regular basis.
Right.
It's just like another thing is guys don't take baths.
No.
That's a man card.
Especially a bubble bath. I mean, that would really be. But when you're playing,
Well, if she's
when
in
you're
it,
playing,
I'm getting in.
when you're
Yeah,
playing,
that's different. Yeah.
when you're playing sports your entire life, you're out there. It's a habit of washing your feet because you don't want to get fungus or
I
athlete's
understand
foot.
it, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, we've all been in the locker room, we've all been in a fraternity or whatever. So you have you're at dorms where you have you're sharing showers.
Yep.
I don't remember really ever kind of noticing people washing their feet. Because in the dorms you had flip flops.
Yes.
And in the locker rooms you had flip flops.
Sure.
So or slides, right?
Yeah.
So you never really had to do it. You would wipe your feet after, but you're not sitting there with the shower head and cleaning your feet.
So you dry your feet with the towel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing, but I tell you what,
But it's not with this.
Once you get athletes,
wash your feet in the shower.
Once you get athlete's foot at a very young age, you wash and you make sure. And even then, we would do the spray to make sure when we go out before practice, before and after. You don't only want to get it one time where you're dialed in. Even now, with me going out and about, I still wash my feet.
I don't know. I
dry with a towel.
I thought we would get more out of that one, but it didn't go as far as
It didn't go the way you thought it was
No,
going
I
to go?
thought for sure it would be one of those things that would go off the rails.
Oh,
I really did.
Because both of us are jocks. And so from that aspect, you learn to take good care of your
feet.
skin.
Absolutely,
Of your
man.
skin, period.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are two cool dudes. So
No,
from that
I'm not going
aspect-
there.
It's
I'm not
sweaty,
going
man.
there.
You don't want that sweat to become a
Yeah.
fungus among you.
Oh, all right. Sports Bar Gossip today is brought to you by, of course, our friends today, Twin Peaks. Now through the 5th of September, you can have your fantasy draft party here and enjoy 29-degree draft beers, bites for the whole team, plus a $50 bonus card for the commissioner, and then another $5 bonus card for every drafter. So all you got to do is go to twinpeaks.com/fantasy draft for more info. So check that out if you are looking for a place to have your draft. Speaking of which, are we going to have any listeners in our draft this year? Who's running it? I do everything else. So I'm not doing this.
I can run it.
Will you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I like that. See, what, Jimmy? Why can't you step up like him?
Because if I try to do it, technology
we don't
hates
want that,
me,
Rob.
and I would blow up
Yeah.
everything.
Thank
you know
you.
that would happen.
Thank you for declining,
Well,
Jimmy.
Jack,
which is why I didn't
when's our
offer.
draft?
Whenever you guys are free. Last year, I thought we were all free at the same time until I noticed. Well, you guys said, "Oh, I'm busy on a Sunday night."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Auto draft. I had my best year yet with the auto draft.
we literally had 4 people drafting. We had 8 auto drafts last year. And all the guys that were drafting were young guys.
Can't we just do it over the phone?
No.
Oh, okay.
You got to have a computer in front of you, Jimmy.
Well, I know that. I'll
mean,
have the computer.
I'll probably be an auto draft guy because I had so much success.
See, if you do auto draft, you're done in an hour. And
Well,
it's
it
not
was-
like
it was-
we're meeting at Twin Peaks and doing the draft.
It was
We're
a
doing
quick draft.
It's auto for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I know like Kevin Rose in, his dad's in, Sam. They want to draft.
We got to have Shu in too.
No, Shu can't be in now.
Well, yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a
I
competitor.
can't help
now.
put the league together. I'll tell you that.
He might have inside
Sure, you
information.
can't call it the Fox Sports 910 draft there, Shu?
You guys call it whatever you want. You guys call it whatever you want.
Well, I mean, if you're not on the air on this other station, you can always call in. You can always be part of the show still.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going on an extended vacation. I'm unable to just be in the
okay.
league because I'm on vacation.
Okay.
Really long
Very,
one.
very
That's
extended.
what the mafia used to say to guys that wanted to go sleep with the fishes. They
That's
got an
it.
extended vacation going on here.
Hey, Michael Bankston is going to join us next. We'll talk about this Cardinals team and what to look for on Sunday against the Broncos. And then coming up in about 15 minutes, your chance to get this going. You will challenge one of the Peaks gals here, our Twin Peaks girls, for our Peaks picks for a $25 gift card and Rock's dad joke.
Oh, yeah.
All coming up right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Curry fell to the Atlanta Dream yesterday in the first of 2 straight games against them. They're back at it again tomorrow. Sun Devil football finished up fall camp yesterday. Their season opener is set for next Saturday against Wyoming. The Diamondbacks with a day off before taking on the Red Sox for 3 in their first visit to Fenway Park in 8 years. It'll be Ryan Nelson expected to get the ball in tomorrow's opener. And the Cardinals set to finish out the preseason Sunday when they take on the Broncos. Quarterback Clayton Tune is expected to play the first half of the game and Desmond Ritter the second half. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. I often get asked, how can Lerner and Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Got a burning urge to pick games each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out.
Banks is good.
Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Do a 47-team league.
Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and
I could be in the league. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
$100 instant gift for pillows and more.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
All right, cool. Paxton's good.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals.
It's off, and number 63 rolling down the sidelines. Michael Bankston, he drops it, and into the end zone goes Keith McCann.
Michael Bankston just picking that ball up and rambling. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter at Big Bank 90. Michael Bankston. Now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
You can take that to the bank.
All right, you can follow him on X at Big Bank 90, and he joins us on the Right to It guest line. How we doing today, Michael?
Hey, I'm good. And yourself, guys?
Can't complain. When you watched last weekend's game against the Indianapolis Colts, and you're, really focusing on that defense, was there anything that stood out, or you really, it's just preseason. There's not really much you can take away from these second, third, fourth stringers?
You was hoping to see a lot more of those guys step up. I know, it's preseason, just like you indicated, but those guys that need to fill those roles, especially those third and fourth stringers that need to come out there because the roster now, I believe it's like 55. The quarterback on Sundays extra quarterback on Sundays don't count, but you need every guy to be up and ready because it's the next man up. So you're just hoping those guys come out there and probably be a little more dominant. I know they played against them a couple of days because they were going against them in camp. And, maybe they felt decent about themselves because we talked about this before, that the offense did pretty well, defense did decent during that time frame. But you want to learn to gel together. So they only got one more tune-up, and that's against the Broncos coming up this weekend. And there's the hope that they can get the idea of who they want to be on their 55-man roster.
So is the main focus this weekend on Sunday, Banks, going to be the guys that they have question marks with, or guys that need to get more work in order to make sure that those question marks are removed?
Well, you got 4 quarters. So most times, like back in the day when we had 4 games, I can give you the script. First team played about a series the first preseason. Second, we played into the second quarter. Up into the second quarter. The third, we went all the way into the third quarter just to see ideas how the guys come out of the locker room and how they can still be on top of their game coming out of the locker room and how they can relate. And then the fourth preseason, it was back to you play the series and then you sit on the sideline, the starters. And then you see what the rest of the guys can do. Now with the new regime that the guys they have 3 preseason games to be ready and there's no cuts until the last preseason game. I'm sure what coaches got to do because there's a lot of cuts at the last minute. The guys that they believe that's going to be there and they need to see more of them, like you indicated. And the guys that's probably on the bubble, they'll probably get, and you'll see it, they'll probably only get the fairly fourth quarter. And due to they don't want them to be injured and they don't want to have the injury settlement going out the door. So that's probably what you'll see on Saturday.
So Banks, where's this team going to generate the run defense and the pass rush? I know they had 4 sacks last week, which was an anomaly, but pretty good against the Colts. Were they going to be able to figure that out or get the work at it? The next 2 weeks, they're going to have 2 weeks off before they play the Buffalo Bills. How are they going to work on that without getting any kind of live action, live contact?
And it won't be any live contact, Manuch, as you understand how the new game the new CBA is. They won't get any live contact. It'll be a lot of one-on-ones that they'll be doing, just like a regular practice. They got their schemes, they got their scripts, and they'll be preparing for Buffalo that whole time. But they won't be really going live. They're just going to be hands, and then the whistle will be blowing real quick because, again, they don't want any guys to get injured going into the first game of the season. So this work that they should be, hopefully the veterans that are on the team, and I know it's a lot of young guys, but hopefully the veterans on the team, they're ready to go. And the young guys are hungry enough to step up to that level to be a better run defense and be a bad pass rushing defense as well, because you need both of those combinations if you want to go deep into the playoffs. So, I always say this, and it's not going to change. I don't really know what they're really going to do, honestly. We get a taste of what they're going to do during the preseason. But when them live bullets happen, it's a whole different situation when they go to Buffalo on their first game of the season and it's away. So it remains to be seen totally until that game. But you hope what they're doing now is getting them elevated to that next level where they'll be a pretty good dominant defense, or being what you really want to be is in that top 10, and then you got opportunity.
Michael Bankston's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Banks, let me follow up then with what you just stated, because as I keep watching this team, and I'm trying to figure out with the first 6 or 7 games, it's a difficult schedule. They are playing a lot of very good teams. So have you been able to kind of surf through and see where they might be after those first 6 or 7 games?
You got some tough opponents. You got Rams, Bills, Lions, Commanders, and they had a chance to beat the Commanders last year, but still lost with that fumble. The 49ers is going to be tough, but the Packers, they're going to be tough coming in.
Yep.
And playing in Green Bay, to be quite frank, playing in San Francisco. So, when you look at that schedule, you sympathize with them, but they still an NFL team, and they got to win some of these tough games that they're trying to take to the next level. As Kyler Murray indicated, I'm only thinking about Super Bowl. I'm only thinking about playoffs, which, most guys thinking about. But you got to go through, take one game at a time, 1 week at a time to get there. And they got some tough opponents. But, it's any given Sunday. We hope the team and Jonathan Gannon got them ready to play and got them up to the standard that they need to be right away and not wait. Because last time we started off slow, we got a bad problem of just starting out slow, just being lethargic. We got to come out there and start off fast with these guys and take it to them and not let them take it to us.
Banks, I want to talk about Darius Robinson a little bit, watching him. He's had a pretty good camp by all accounts. A lot of people would say he and Xavier Thomas both seem to be pushing for those starting jobs. When you've watched both of them out there practicing these preseason games, for these 2 young rookies, What sticks out for you is watching them and why you think they can have success in the National Football League?
I mean, they got good sides, first and foremost. They are NFL-type caliber players. I think they came from good school because I know how Clemson is, and seen Clemson in the bowl a couple times, and those guys are well coached. Mizzou had some success last year, so I think they had an idea of, and I'm just talking about overall, so he has a sense that he can win. So they are playing at a good, decent level. They still got to kick it up a notch. I'm not going to deny that. Because when Buffalo comes in, that's going to be a whole different regime that they have to prepare for, and then they got to get their minds for. But they're going to be a great addition, and these guys are going to play right now, and that's what you're looking for when you draft players. You want some of the guys that are playing right now. Maybe not starting, but they can contribute, and these two guys can contribute because we were at the bottom of the league as far as sacks, so we need to turn that around, and again, be in that top 10 defense, and that's sacks, stopping the run, and turnovers.
Well, as we embark in this season, into this season, what does your crystal ball say? 6 wins, 8 wins, 10 wins? Where are you at this point?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen enough. I mean, 2 games. Playing against the Saints and the Colts. I mean, of course, 2 caliber defense and offense, but again, they're not going to play their starters as much, so you don't know that real taste of the game just yet. I mean, you look at their schedule, the only losing team that had a big-time loss is the Jets, the Commanders. Chargers was in the middle, and the Panthers. And other than that, they have playoff contenders and some great teams they're getting ready to play. So with all that being said,
3.
And I'm gonna be optimistic because I'm a former Cardinal and I'm a Cardinal fan. I'm not gonna deny that, and I want them to do well. But I mean, I'm gonna be optimistic and say possible 8 and 9.
All right.
And that's what them balling out for the whole 17 game season.
Balling out and staying healthy on top. That's a tall order to ask, isn't it, Banks, to stay healthy and be able to have all hands on deck to get to 8 to 9 wins?
That is a tough thing to ask for, especially in the National Football League. And now how they're practicing, now how scrimmages are, now how you only got 11 padded practices during the season. So guys I don't think they really acclimated to the hit and being hit in so many different aspects as we did back in the day. Manuch, we had to hit at every play, and even sometimes the quarterback, they didn't care about them in some of the segments. But I mean, I know they're trying to save the bodies and save the concussions and all those things and protect the players, and I agree with that 1,000%. But I don't know if they're fully ready to take on somebody that's coming downhill, running about 100 and some miles an hour, and they hit them wrong. You got a shoulder injury, and then we're in a situation, and then you got a backup player coming in. So, with all that being said, you just hope that everything they're doing is preparing the guys to be the best they can be and play at the optimal level that they can play for a full season. And you're hoping those backup players that you are going to put on your roster, whether through free agency, whether through some trade down the line, are going to help your team. It's I hate to say it like this, like fantasy football. When I had a chance to win, all my guys were hurt when I went into playoffs, and I got my butt kicked. So, it's hindsight 2020 on some of these things. So you just hope these guys are ready and they keep themselves healthy for, again, 17-week season. Well, 18-week season, but 17 games.
Banks, thank you for the time as always, buddy. Have yourself a good weekend.
Will do. You guys take care, and we'll be watching this last preseason. And again, you're going to get the last guys playing to see if they're going to be able to make this team so the coaches can make a decision. So you're not going to see much of anything else. So, all right, we'll get ready for that and get ready for the Buffalo Bills.
You got it. Mike Banks is joining us. You can follow him on Twitter, X at BigBank90. Appreciate his time today here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. He is brought to you today by All City Towing. Join the team at the largest towing company in the state. They're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel, and you can enjoy benefits like state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, great health benefits, employee-paid life insurance. How about that? And a monthly fuel allowance. So if you're ready to take your career to the next level, visit them, allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where the future is on the move. Coming up, my weekly really bad dad jokes. But first, we need a contestant to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. We're at the Deer Valley location. Jax will have the opportunity to go find our gal.
He's going to recruit.
Recruit is the word. And it's brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. We'll take the fifth caller at 602-260-9191. 602-260-9191. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney. Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
It's raining inside.
Pipes burst, but we're covered with renter's insurance from Smart Bunny.
Get up to $100,000 of personal liability coverage and up to $40,000 of contents insurance for as low as $15 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app for some renter's insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
You're hot. Go. You're hot.
Well, you guys can talk too. It's your show,
We're
too.
ready for you to take it. We'll take that ball and run.
Jesus. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, our Peaks Picks is here, and we have Mike, who is in Phoenix, and we have Natalie joins us here. Natalie, where are you from originally?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Yep,
where'd
born and raised.
you go to high school?
Went to Mountain Ridge.
Mountain
right down the
Ridge.
street.
Okay. How long you been here at Twin Peaks?
Been here about 6 months now.
Ah, kind of a rookie still, right?
I am.
All right.
Who's your favorite football team? You were talking about, Laura.
Okay, I have to go with the Eagles.
Yeah!
Yeah, awesome. Love an Eagles fan. Go Birds. Born and raised here, but
Smart. You must have been listening. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. All right, we got some picks for you, right?
All right.
So you're playing against Mike in Phoenix, and the way this works is 3 games. If he wins, he gets a $25 gift card to come here and see you and hang out here at Twin Peaks at any of the 5 locations. And if you win, you just get to tell everybody you won.
Okay,
Does that work?
Love bragging rights.
Is that
You
good?
get to tell us bragging rights there, Natalie.
So the first game is this is the game on tonight at 5:20. Bears 3-0 against the Chiefs that are 0-2. Now it's only preseason, but who do you like in this one?
See, I feel like the Bears, since they've already been doing good, maybe the Chiefs are still a little tired from the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Dude, see, Eagle fans are smart.
Breaking it
They
down
know their
over
football.
here.
They know their football. All right, what's Mike going with, Shu?
He is going with the Chiefs.
All right, second game, Florida State taking on Georgia Tech. This is called 0 week in college football. This game's going to be in Dublin, Ireland, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. I'm sure a lot of folks can come in here to Twin Peaks and watch it. So, Natalie, Florida State taking on Georgia Tech. Who do you have winning that game?
Okay, a little birdie told me that Florida State is in the top 10 in the nation, so I think I got to go with them.
Okay.
Smart. I'm telling you, Eagle fans.
She is on fire. All right, Shu, what's Mike got?
Florida State as well.
All right.
All right, so here we go. Cardinals' final preseason game. They have not won. They are 0-2 in Denver against the Broncos, who are also 2-0, which is a big difference. But it's preseason, and nobody cares what the scores are, except in this contest. So, who are you going to take, Natalie?
I mean, I feel like it's obvious. If Cardinals aren't doing anything right now, I think I have to go with the Broncos.
I'm telling you, you are a smart Eagles fan. You only root for one bird.
Oh, yeah.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Eagles all the way.
Yes.
Shu, what did our caller have?
Mike's going with the Cardinals.
With the Cardinals. Okay.
All right, Natalie. Are you working the floor here, or are you behind the bar? Are you working the floor? So,
working the floor.
What happens at 3:00?
3 o'clock is the best hour of them all. It's happy hour. Got $2 off 22-ounce draft beers. We got half off all well cocktails and some appetizers on there as well.
You've done this before, haven't you?
I have not.
Yes, you have.
No,
Yes, you
I'm
have.
actually very, very scared right now.
No,
I got
you're
stage fright.
It's so easy. It's just like being on
Great,
the phone.
Natalie.
You did a nice job. Thank you, Natalie. Also, $6 22-ounce Blue Moons and $5.75 22-ounce Coors Light. So the weekends kick off here at Twin Peaks, 5 value locations. A reminder to sign up for the free annual Pro Football Pick'em. $5,000 is the grand prize. We got weekly prizes as well. Head to fanpick'em.com.
Motion to have Natalie replace Jimmy B for the third hour of the show.
Motion granted. Absolutely.
I second the motion.
I mean, when you get an Eagles fan, it's a bonus.
So, Jimmy,
I was just talking from a content perspective because Jimmy B's not really giving us a whole lot today. So.
Jimmy, the Cardinals are 0-2, and the Broncos are also
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Yeah, I know, but you were like also 0-2. You were going to flip that script. You kind of caught yourself there.
He caught himself. So why are you giving
the word also?
Why are you giving him crap for he didn't say it?
I'm glad he read it. He was going also 0-2.
You're not on.
You can't give Jimmy B crap. You said the Eagles didn't make the playoffs last year in our first segment, and they did.
I did say make the playoffs.
You said they did not make the playoffs.
No, I did say they make the playoffs. I said they made the playoffs.
We'll have to run it back.
Aside, yeah, run it back. I said they did make the playoffs.
All right,
the Eagles.
Let's get to the worst segment of the week.
Oh no, it's the best.
Time for Roc's really bad dad joke of the day. I mean, really bad, like really bad. Here's Roc.
All right, this is a tough week, so bear with me. What do you call a pig that practices karate? What do you call a pig that practices karate?
I know this one.
I give up.
A pork chop.
Oh man, that's
good one.
Good.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, Shu.
I like
All
that.
right, maybe Shu will like this one. What is a cheerleader's favorite food? What is a cheerleader's favorite food? And a hint is it's a breakfast.
Cheerios.
Yep.
Very good job, Jimmy.
Yeah, seriously. You don't get credit for that.
I don't get credit for that.
Well, I said I wasn't.
You gave me a clue.
Too easy of clue.
Give it to him, Roc.
All right,
far between.
He's having a rough day. All right, you have it. What do you call Excuse me. What did the coach say to the broken vending machine? What did the coach say to the broken vending machine?
Oh man.
I know.
All right, Shu.
Give me my quarterback.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Good. I like that.
See, I don't need to do this anymore if you guys already know the answers.
No, we don't.
No idea.
Yeah.
No. We have fun guessing though. Every once in a while, we're like a blind squirrel.
All
Find a
right.
nut.
Why did the computer get cold?
2 minutes.
Why did the computer get cold?
It iced up.
No.
Oh.
Because it left its windows open.
Oh, I was close.
You understand
I
what
thought
Windows?
about- I get the window thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but I can only do like 1 or 2. That's it.
So my grandfather. This is it's not really funny, but my grandfather went to the doctor about 2.5 years ago, and the doc told him he was going to be deaf pretty soon, and he hasn't heard from him since.
Pretty good. Okay, I get it. See it. They're not bad, Shu.
Last one.
Yo, good.
How do football players deal with their problems?
Oh,
How do football players deal with their problems?
They punt.
They tackle them head on.
By
the way, there's a new study that suggests a key to good parenting is dad jokes.
What?
Yes. Because it's refreshing. The study came out that dad jokes, being playful, silly, laughing at crazy, stressful situations.
Yeah.
Dad jokes. 75% of parents believe that dad
30.
jokes can be effective in parenting tools.
I would wholeheartedly
If
agree.
you listen every
I
day,
agree.
every Thursday at this time,
Yes.
I can help you with
With
your
your-
kids.
yeah.
I'm relaxed.
Somebody that's got so many kids.
Yeah.
20.
Kind of that's part of the Rock's man vice. Say, hey, listen to the bad dad jokes as far as your kid. It does engage them because they go, that is so silly.
We're going
and
to go
stupid."
over bandwagon
10.
college football teams this season. Bandwagon college football teams next.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for a place where everyone is welcome? Come to Azul Bar and Grill in Phoenix. Not your typical sports bar, Azul is the ultimate hangout spot for friends and families alike. Enjoy live music, catch your favorite games, play some fun games, and savor delicious food in a vibrant atmosphere. Visit us at 3134 West Carefree Highway in the Tremonto Plaza. Don't miss out on our daily events and specials at azulgrill.com. Azul Bar and Grill, a great time, but a better time with you.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Been hungry for some college football? Well, we finally get a taste this weekend. Don't miss any of the action. Jump in at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's a small but mighty slate of games for week 0, including a big matchup in Ireland. This is going to be DraftKings' biggest college football season to date. Enjoy the ride now all the way through the expanded playoffs. Plus, all newbies getting into the college spirit, here's something extra special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. easy. Score big with DraftKings all college football season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals finish out the preseason Sunday against the Broncos. Quarterback Clayton Tune expected to play the first half of the game, with Desmond Ridder finishing up things in the second half. The Mercury fell to the Dream in Atlanta in the first of 2 straight against them. They're back at it again tomorrow. Sun Devil football wrapped up fall camp yesterday. ASU season opener against Wyoming next Saturday. And it's a day off for the Diamondbacks. They're getting set to take on the Red Sox for a weekend set. It'll be their first visit to Fenway Park in 8 years. Ryan Nelson expected to get the ball for tomorrow's opener. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for a slight chance of storms. Those overnight lows right around 85. And then for your Friday, looking pretty good with temperatures right around 106 with mostly clear skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by London Gold.
Get ready to turn up the heat this summer with London Gold. Our prices are scorching hot with savings of up to 50% off your friend in the business.
London Gold. It's the best.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yes. We weren't ready the last time.
I wasn't, but those guys, you know.
No, it was not a shot at you. It was just the collective.
In Iraq, you need a
We
check.
thought you had your headset on. We
One
thought you were over
call.
there.
That's all.
You thought you had your headset on. Can't you just look?
No, I was looking at
He either has it on or he doesn't.
At LernerandRowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox
You're hot.
Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, hour number 3 here at Twin Peaks, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light, 22-ounce Blue Moons, 575 Coors Lights. That's the man-sized drafts available every Thursday. It's football season, so take advantage of that through the weekend as well. Special deals, as this is a place, all 5 locations. Great place to have your draft, too. If you're looking to play a cool place to have your draft, this is an outstanding place for that. So The Athletic, which is a website owned by the New York Times, and I know you guys don't pay for it. You wouldn't pay for it, right? No.
Probably not.
No.
I had it for a year.
So you would not have seen – yeah, because that's when it was free.
Yeah.
I get it.
At your
So,
subscription.
I believe, and I think Shu may agree, it's and some others in our industry, one of the better websites in our industry.
Oh, it's excellent.
It's
I look
phenomenal.
every day.
Yeah,
every day.
Me too. And they put out their bandwagon fan guide for the upcoming season. And I love this. It's teams that maybe you've lost hope with in the past, but because of the transfer portal, because of realignment, you might just jump back on that bandwagon. So I decided to kind of put it together, and I'm going to paraphrase a lot of it, because one thing about The Athletic, their stories are very, 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 very long.
As I recall.
They are, yes.
They're not quick,
No, they're not 2
AP
paragraphs.
type story yet, right? So I condensed it for you two guys.
Well, we need all the help we can get.
And we can talk about this. So basically, I'm going to tell you the team. Yeah. I'm going to tell you their record last year and why you should get on board. We're going to start with Virginia Tech. 7-6.
Yep.
All right. They won 5 of their final 7 games of the season. They had their first winning record since 2019 and their first bowl win since 2016. They're real high on this kid, Drones, who is their quarterback, who passed for just over 2,000 yards, but he's got some wheels too, 818 yards. Many of the pieces are back as well. So the Hokies, they're projected 6th in the ACC, but they may be one of those teams that you may want to sit back, especially if you're a gambler. That could be a team that you want to bet on this year.
somewhat of a sleeper coming out with all that talent.
I don't know about it's not necessarily a sleeper. This is like I said, it's a bandwagon.
It's a bowl team,
Okay.
and
The bowl team.
and fans who are fans of the Hokies should jump on that because of what they accomplished the final 5 or 6 games of last season, and what Rock just alluded to with having a lot of those same players back and a stud QB. I would like their chances in the ACC.
Now, another team that you may want to jump on the bandwagon, unless you went to Arizona State, is Arizona. 10-3 last year.
Yes.
You tend to forget that something. It was a quiet 10-3.
Yes. Yep.
The prediction right now is them to finish 5th in the Big 12. And why you should be on board with them? It's their quarterback.
Yep.
Yes.
Noah Fafita.
And then the receiver is McMillan, who they're best friends. They played in high school together, and they may be the best duo, the best combo in college football this year. And that, not to mention, with Brent Brennan there. And, I mean, if he can win at San Jose State, he may be able to win at Arizona.
Yes. Well, the key for them was both of them staying at U of A.
Right.
That was the key, yeah.
And Coach Jed Fish goes to Washington. I'm sure there were some rumblings about them following him to Washington, but they wanted to stay. They were committed. They're both committed to U of A. It's refreshing that both these guys, and I think you talk about one of the best combinations in the Big 12, maybe one of the best combinations, period, in the nation. So hopefully that carries them.
That's what I said. I said it in all college football.
Yeah, it carries them through the entire
Just
thing.
reiterating what you're
saying.
saying.
Absolutely.
It's nothing new.
It just sounds better coming from a quarterback.
I agree. You played the game I did, and I still think I could throw a Nerf football farther than you. All right, Nebraska. Nebraska, 5-7 last year.
Right.
And Big Ten doesn't have an official preseason poll, so they're nowhere there. But here's the key. Nebraska was 1-5 in one-score games last season. Now, that was a trend that they had with Scott Frost as well. Matt Rule there, of course, now. I get wherever Matt Rule has gone the second year, he's had success. So maybe this will be the case there. And then we find out yesterday the local Pinnacle Chandler kid in Rayola is the starter and could be the difference maker. He's a true freshman. Their defense is supposed to be really good, and they have a manageable schedule. So if that's the case, they could be in a position to end a bowl drought, which is for 8 years. They have not been in a bowl. For Nebraska,
they have,
and we
sucked.
know they travel.
Well, and they've had a couple receivers come into Nebraska as well. That's going to help. And for Mark Rule, Matt Rule, that he comes into a situation like that you think Rayola, but here's the thing. He's a true freshman quarterback.
I know.
There you go.
I would kind of hesitate this year.
Hit the brakes.
I might pump those brakes.
If they finish 6-6 and go to a bowl game,
huge for them.
That would be big for them because they would snap that bowl skid. However, you don't understand Cornhusker fans. They're still living in a time where they were 11-1, and 12-0.
Osborne, Solich,
exactly.
Yeah.
They still believe every year that Nebraska is going to win 11 games, and it hasn't.
And they will
happened.
tell you that too.
And they will to your face.
By the way, Arena Sports Grill, a place that's one of my favorite watering holes.
Yep.
They're the home of Nebraska football. So if you're looking for a place to watch them this year. All right, the last one. Again, this is the Athletics bandwagon guide for this season, and the last one is Ole Miss. Ole Miss 11-2. Prediction is 4th in the SEC. They've been the 3rd best SEC team over the past few years, and they've been good for a New Year's Six bowl appearance. Lane Kiffin, we know what he can do. He's great at building programs, and they were super aggressive in the portal. They got a bunch of highly touted transfers. Their quarterback, Dart, is supposed to be one of the top guys.
Jackson Dart, originally at USC.
Yep. So they have what it looks like on paper to be somebody out there. It's just, you see, Ole Miss is playing Alabama or Auburn or Tennessee or any of those big schools, and you're like, all right, I'm going to take the other team. And I think a lot of people, maybe it's just me, confuse Ole Miss with Mississippi State.
The thing is, Lane Kiffin's due. I mean,
he is due.
I think it's good to ride that team. I mean, they're gonna if he can break through. I've seen many games. It was a couple years ago when Will Levis was quarterbacking Kentucky,
Kentucky,
and they went in there and they just blew the game. Levis let them back came back and you're going, my gosh, Lane Kiffin, some of the play calling. But I think that'd be a good one, be a good bandwagon. I think that he's finally got the tools from a dart as far as the quarterback, got the tools. If he doesn't win it this year, I would say that window's closing for Ole Miss.
I disagree with the windows closing for them because they do have top talent, and he was very good in the portal, so he could reload easily because of the portal. And I'll say this, that they are, I agree with Manuch on this part. I think that they are due just like Jim Harbaugh was due. And if you're a Ole Miss fan, that would be this is the season that you should be all in on this year.
And because of Dart,
Yes.
that's the key.
Yeah.
And if you are looking for a place to go to experience, in my opinion, the best game day atmosphere in all of America, it's the Grove at Ole Miss.
It's great.
It is the best. Now, I unfortunately experienced the 11 o'clock start game, and that sucks.
You got cheated, Rock.
Yeah, but I've done
You got cheated
Alabama.
out of
I've
that.
done all the schools where the kickoff is so important for a tailgate. SEC and Big 10, Big 12, and all that. They start these 11 o'clock games. That sucks. No one wants to sit around, doing whatever you do at a tailgate. 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, pounding beer.
Too early.
But they do.
Early.
But they do.
Oh, I know they do.
Especially after Friday night. You want to get there bright and early,
That's
Rock.
the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, but anyway. Now they had some Group 5 bandwagons to consider, too.
Okay.
South Florida, which was 7-6 last year. They got a pretty good coach and quarterback combo that they're touting. New Mexico State, they had 10 wins last year.
They did.
And they're predicted to be tied for 5th. They've won 10 games for the first time since 1960. But their team got gutted this year, so we don't know what's going to happen.
That guy did a phenomenal job in Las Cruces to do that.
I know.
Phenomenal job.
And then what do we have here? Buffalo in the MAC.
UB Bulls, yeah.
3-9. They were predicted 10. And then Colorado State and Louisiana Monroe.
See, I
Those are the other ones.
didn't Louisiana Monroe, didn't they get the quarterback, General Booty? I think they did.
Yes, they did. A kid from Oklahoma?
Yes, I thought
Yeah.
they got him. So
Yeah, well, they were
that will
2-10.
upgrade them, yeah.
The thing about that school, I don't think a coach can stay there more than 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean,
another Booty coming through as a
they
quarterback.
got another new coach now. They got Bryant with Vincent, who was the offensive coordinator at New Mexico last season, and previously was UAB before that. So,
out of all those, I might jump on that Ole Miss bandwagon.
Yeah,
I really would.
Yeah,
I think that's a stretch for the Athletic. I didn't write it.
Yeah,
Athletic did.
Yeah,
I think they had 10, 11 wins last year.
They did.
I know, yeah. They're ranked 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you got to pick someone that's 15 or lower.
Yeah,
to
I
be a
agree.
bandwagon.
I'm going to jump on the Nebraska bandwagon. I want them to win because I think it's good for football.
I really like Virginia Tech.
I do too.
Really like Virginia Tech.
Yep.
But out of all those that I think that has a chance to win it all, it'd be Ole Miss. But I mean, Nebraska, I think, for your point, Rock, it's good for college football. I mean,
Exactly.
it's good for college that Nebraska's back. The black shirts are back. They're finally doing it. But
What a great place to watch a game as well.
But the problem is they've had a hard time getting top recruits. So maybe with Dylan Raiola as a freshman quarterback, he can encourage some of those receivers to come to Nebraska.
And if you get back to the bowl, get it back in a
Oh, my
bowl,
gosh.
the alumni get rejuvenated. They start spending some money.
They sell out every game.
Yeah.
80,000
Yeah.
and they have sucked pond water for the last 8 years.
They're loyal. Hey, we're going to catch up with assistant head coach at Arizona State, Charlie Regal, part of our weekly Crest Insurance segment. He will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. Right now we are dealing with 2 wrecks on southbound 17. One of those at the Bethany Home Road off-ramp off left. The other one heading southbound north of Thomas on the right shoulder. And a crash with injuries on Arizona Avenue in Elliott.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Labor Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Craving a sandwich that packs a punch? Welcome to Knuckle Sandwiches in Mesa. We're not your typical sandwich shop. All our menu items are made in-house using family recipes passed down for generations. Taste the difference in every bite. And we don't stop at sandwiches. Enjoy our mouth-watering breakfast burritos and delicious bagel sandwiches. Plus, we cater all over the valley for your next event. Find us at 1140 North Higley in North Point Village, next to Bashis. Or skip the line and order online at knucklesandwichesaz.com. Knuckle Sandwiches. This is the knuckle sandwich your parents should have given you.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
The Mercury lost to the Atlanta Dream in the first of 2 straight games against them. They're back at it again tomorrow. Sun Devil football wrapped up fall camp yesterday. ASU season opener next Saturday against Wyoming. The Mariners have fired manager Scott Service due to a midseason swoon. That's resulted in a 20-33 record since June 18th and being overtaken by the Astros atop the AL West. Dan Wilson becomes the interim skipper. I'm Frank Garrity.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to
Go. You ready?
It is go time, and I am ready and looking forward to the season, baby, and looking forward to spending that quality time with you guys.
Yeah, we are ready as well. Coach, what would you say is, if you had one, maybe 2 takeaways from camp, especially up at Camp T, what are some of your takeaways that you came back and said, man, that was awesome. That went maybe better than expected.
I think how hard these guys work. These guys came to work every single day. I could not be more impressed. There wasn't very many down days over the course of camp. These guys brought it every day, and I think that is a very, very good sign. And I think just overall the quality of team, the maturation, the growth is much different than it was a year ago.
Talk about Camp T. Talk about all the things the intangibles of Camp Tonazona, Coach. Growing up here in the Valley and growing up there watching, Mount Cush and watching all those players for many, many years. What are some of those intangibles that you feel, or you and Kennedy both feel, carry this team through a season?
Well, I think the number one thing that it builds is just the camaraderie that you don't get in this day and age. The cell phone service is limited. And, I think it inherently forces bonds that may not have happened in a general world of college football, if you will. And on top of that, I think it's one of the most iconic and beautiful settings personally in college football. But I do think no matter what, corny, cheesy, whatever you want to say, it does bring your team closer together. And I think with this group, that's something that's going to pay dividends.
Was there some goals and aspirations that you guys had going up the hill that you attained?
I just think, it was about work. It's about for us, it's just about getting better every day and trying building going into year 2. But I think the one thing, like I said, coming off the mountain and just finishing camp is just looking at these guys as a whole and knowing them that these guys are coming to play this fall. And not that we didn't last year, but these guys know what last year was like, the ones that are still here. And, they work, and I think it's something that, again, is going to be, it'll show up over the next 12 games and hopefully a bowl game.
Charlie Regal is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Coach, I'm want to find out when you decided to name Sam Levitt the quarterback, and why was he, I guess, selected as your number one guy as compared to the Bourget and Sims that you also had in camp? What distinguished him to be the number one guy?
Well, again, I'm going to give you my opinion because that's obviously something for Coach Arroyo and Coach Dillingham to decide. But and I think just from watching it from my perspective, I thought that, all three quarterbacks had their moments, but I think, the consistency that Sam brings, being here in the spring as well. So the familiarity certainly helped him. But I think it's overall, his consistency and he brings a lot of athleticism to that position as well. And I'm excited to see him go here this fall.
And, Coach, you talked about the new OC, Coach Arroyo. Talk about what this offensive philosophy is and what might be the difference for the Sun Devil fans watching this year versus last year.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's about players, right? Like, I think that, and it's not a knock on the guys we had last year, but I think Sam brings a different element to the game, and I think Marcus's history of being the places that he's been, not only at the collegiate level, obviously being a former head coach, being, coaching and being OC at Oregon, but also several stops in the NFL. I think he is well-grounded and versatile in what he's going to do. And I think that you can bet, and it's a safe bet, that we're going to be efficient and be good at running the football. I think our depth at the running back position is certainly going to help us. That's one that we probably have as good as any position on our team. And then I just think, again, it's the consistency of Sam and the elevation of that position, I think will ultimately help us win more football games this fall.
Charlie, has reality now officially set in that you're not going to be playing Stanford, Cal, Washington, Oregon, that you are moving now to the Big 12 and things will be totally different? Do the players understand how this has changed?
Well, I don't know so much. I mean, they obviously do, but unless you've been here for 4 or 5 years, I don't know that necessarily resonates with them. I think it'll be more so for us as coaches. I'm talking probably more about myself being in the Pac-12 for a while now. I think it's just going to be somewhat different, maybe a little weird, so to speak. And it probably won't hit in until we go through this first season of playing those road games at different places, and playing the different venues and different teams. I think that's something that you got to go through before it actually sets in. But at the same time, nobody's really a big fan of change, right? But it's exciting. And, we certainly have some great road games to play in this league. And I know we're excited for the opportunity.
Coach, you talk about change. There is some change this year. The 2-minute warning at the end of the second and fourth quarter. And coaches being able to communicate with the players with the radio devices. How do you think all that's going to play into this season? And is it something that's just ready to go, or you think there'll be a learning process?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely a learning process to it. I think it's advantageous for us for sure. And I'm excited about using the technology, but I think, there's always a learning curve when you add it to, the coaching. We've practiced it in some of our scrimmage, and, it's a fine balance, right? Of how much technology is too much technology. Where do you draw the line? Where does the coaching end and begin? So I think there'll be a feeling out process for sure, but I do think it's a positive, and it's certainly going to help us. It's just how we integrate it and manage it, I think, will be the key. It's just like anything when you add something new.
Coach, speaking of managing and integrating, are you guys going to have any kind of a full-blown scrimmage, maybe Saturday or Sunday, prior to getting ready for Wyoming? And will you incorporate all the high tech that's going to be used this year?
So we did that last week. We finished with our final scrimmage last week in doing that. And integrating that technology, the last scrimmage that we had on last Saturday. Tomorrow we will go into a mock game situation. So we'll go through all of the scenarios that could possibly come up. We'll hit that. And then we'll get a Saturday morning AM practice with an emphasis on the Wyoming. And then Sunday will be like a normal Sunday, and we're into game week. So here we go.
I'm real I want to find out. Josh Allen is not playing quarterback for Wyoming, so you guys catch a break there. What do you know about the Wyoming Cowboys, Charlie?
Well, you know what? Here's what we know historically, right? Like we're going to spend some time, and the guys have been spending time, the staff, breaking them down today. Historically, right? A very tough team, physically demanding, and this is not a team that's going to show up here in Tempe. I mean, they beat Texas Tech at home last year. This is not a team that's going to show up here to Tempe on the 31st intimidated by ASU. So we know that this is a well-coached and a very well-disciplined program. Obviously, new coaching staff in terms of head coach. We know that we're going to have to come to play in week one. And you know what? I think to a man, we wouldn't want it any other way. This is something that we've got to go out and we've got, like I said, a new team that we're excited about. And we're up for the challenge as well against a very good Wyoming program. And we're looking forward to kicking it off here on the 31st.
Coach, thanks for jumping on a week early, man. We appreciate you, man. We can't wait to get going here. We wish you and your staff an incredible season. We're all looking forward to it. So thanks for doing this again, and thanks for the time today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You know that I'm fired up to be with you guys a year or two. Hopefully we can say that for another 6, 7, 8 years and do this for a while. But I'm looking forward to being with you guys this season. And as always, go Devils.
You got it. Charlie Ragle joining us. Thanks to Crest Insurance Group for sponsoring Charlie Ragle and the Sun Devil Report, as Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Check it out for yourself. That's crestins.com. Speaking of college football, we got an epic 12-game playoff called the 12-Team College Football Predictor. And all you got to do is predict the 12 college football playoff teams in exact order in which seeded and the winner, and you'll win $20,000. Or predict just the teams in order, $10,000, or just 12 teams, $1,000. So you can win either 20, 10, or 1,000. And all you got to do is go to rockandmanuch.com. That's rockandmanuch.com. You don't want to miss this shot. Deadline is next Thursday. So enter now at rockandmanuch.com. Looking forward to seeing how that all goes down. Did you gues get yours in yet?
I'm going to do mine this weekend.
Me too.
Spend some time with it. Yeah,
It makes a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Jackson's got his in. I got mine in.
Good.
It's it does take a little while.
Yeah.
To kind of look at the rules so you
Sure.
make sure
Yes.
that you know what the this 12-team playoff rule is, because there's multiple rules in there. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. We are out here at Twin Peaks thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. You got 22-ounce man-sized beers right now for $6 for the Blue Moon, $5.75 for the Coors Lights. They do it every single Thursday, and they do it through the whole football season. So always a lot of fun here at Twin Peaks. And drafts, you can have your draft here as well. Everything's up on our website at Roc and Manuch. But we are out here at the Deer Valley location. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B right here, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Diamondbacks have this Thursday off. They'll take on the Red Sox for a weekend series beginning tomorrow. It'll be their first visit to Fenway Park in 8 years. Ryan Nelson expected to get the ball for tomorrow's series opener. The Cardinals finish out the preseason Sunday when they battle the Broncos. Quarterback Clayton Tune expected to play the first half, Desmond Ridder the second half. The Mercury fell to the Atlanta Dream in the first of 2 straight contests. They're back at it again tomorrow. And Sun Devil football wrapped up fall camp yesterday. Arizona State getting set for their season opener next Saturday when they take on Wyoming. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for a slight chance of storms. Those overnight lows right around 85. And then for your Friday, looking pretty good with temperatures right around 106 with mostly clear skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Ragle. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode,
accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home of the hashtag sexy roof status.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Who doesn't love getting something for free? Labor Day deals have arrived at the Home Depot, and right now you can get a free Milwaukee 18-volt extended capacity battery, $159 value, when you buy a select tool. Get longer runtime and more battery life so you can power all your fall projects. Shop Labor Day deals and get a free battery.
How's good?
Buy a select tool at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in store and online.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Athlos NYC, a new women's track meet backed by Reddit co-founder and Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian, has announced that Megan Thee Stallion will be performing at the event on September 26th. The meet, headlined by top names like Olympic champion Gabby Thomas, already announced DJ D-Nice spinning throughout the night and the largest purse ever for a women's track event. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It was really cool. It's, not every day to get that news, but obviously, as a room, we've been working hard. And putting a lot of good things on film, putting a lot of good things, on the practice field. And so to get that news is definitely a great thing. And so I'm super excited and, ready to get back to work again.
You're hot.
Get back to it and start again.
That's Bo Nix. After being named the Denver Broncos starter, we'll see him on Sunday as the Cardinals take on the Broncos. Howard Balzer joins us now, Cardinals columnist, and he joins us here on the Right to It guest line. How are we doing today, Howard? What's going on?
Doing well. Just counting the days until we get this preseason behind us and get ready for the regular season after the rosters get slashed by about 38 players per team.
So this season going in, there's a lot of praise for Kyler Murray. Are you on that page? You believe from what you could just see in practice that this is a different Kyler than years past?
I think it's a Kyler Murray that is much more on task. I mean, obviously in these previous years, I think there's a little bit of collective amnesia making it seem like this guy's never played good football.
Yeah.
Which of course he did for some pretty good stretches of time in the first few seasons. And so we've always known the ability that he has. But I think what we have seen is a guy that appears at least more on task, and that comes as much, and a lot of it, guys, to be quite honest, you don't see that much. It's not like all of a sudden you're saying, oh, wow, we can see that this guy really knows what he's doing then. I mean, but what you see and what you hear when you talk to him, when you talk to others, even Kelvin Beachum, who, talked about him having to grow up last year, recently said that he's seen a lot of maturity from him and he thinks that he's on the right path. And so from all of those things put together, it looks like, a different guy, and he's admitted to having matured and after this time in the league. But I think a lot of that is, how comfortable he is and the respect he has for the coaching staff, which doesn't only include Jonathan Gannon, obviously, but also Drew Petzing, the coordinator, Israel Wolfert, the quarterback's coach, and all that. And I think he's enthused by the players around him. And that's always a big key for any quarterback. And when you look at the receiver core, when you look at the tight ends, when you look at the running backs, you look at a pretty solid offensive line right now, assuming they can all stay healthy. They've got the makings of being a pretty good offense. I'm not going to sit here, guys, and say, oh, my goodness, they're going to break records and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. But I think they've got the potential to be very, very productive with Kyler Murray, helming that ship, if you will.
How you talked about the pieces around him, and that's what I wanted to get into. I think before, at times, Kyler felt that he had to go win the game himself, running, throwing. I think now, when you talk about looking at this team on paper, specifically offense, all the weapons, at least on paper, that he can manage the game and step up when he has to. He doesn't have to throw a touchdown pass every throw. That's kind of the sense I get in watching Kyler Murray this year, understanding that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a part of it. And I'll go back to that, first part of that, what 2021 season when they were undefeated after 7 games. And I don't know that he felt then that he had to do too much. Certainly he did it when he needed to, but he didn't run as much in the first part of that year. You had DeAndre Hopkins, you had Christian Kirk, you even had A.J. Green, who was contributing, and you had, James Conner and Chase Edmonds at running back, who had a great job share. Now, they didn't have the big names at tight end, that year, and they didn't have a Trey McBride, but they had, decent talent then. And then, of course, he got hurt, and then others got hurt, and the rest of that season was a disaster. And so I think now he looks at this and he sees they don't have a receiver that's as experienced and as top of the game as Hopkins was, but certainly everyone expects Marvin Harrison Jr. to be that. How quickly that'll happen will be interesting to see. But you also saw McBride obviously come on at the end of last year. You had Trey Benson behind James Conner. So I think all of those things, yeah, but that doesn't mean that all of a sudden Kyler Murray's not, hey, if I got to run, I'm going to run. And, those opportunities are still going to be there. But I definitely, agree with that to a point that, he doesn't have that weight on his shoulder that he's the one, that has to do it all. But I think there's been times in the past where that wasn't, that was the case also. And now it's just kind of getting back to those really good times that there were not that long ago.
Howard Balzer is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, Howard, so when they finally get to opening up the season in Buffalo against the Bills, a team a lot of people have picked to be right at the top of the standings in the AFC East, the schedule for the first 6-7 games is extremely difficult for this team, meaning the Cardinals. So if you can look into your crystal ball, are they going to be below 500 through the 6 games, even or over 500?
That is a great question because in that stretch of time, obviously, they're playing several playoff teams, and that's just the reality of it with Buffalo, with the Rams, with Detroit, maybe a little breather with Washington. Who knows how they're going to be? San Francisco, Green Bay, then the Chargers in Miami. So, that's a heck of a stretch. So, I would think they should beat Washington, but the bottom line is you have to steal a couple of those games. And that's, that's the danger. And that's the thing you worry about, man. Suppose after, what did I reel off? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 games. I mean, suppose they're 2-5 and all of a sudden everybody says, they're not that good. They're not as good as everyone thought they were going to be, but that's the NFL. I mean, the NFL, you've got to beat some of those teams that are either believed to be better than you or are certainly tough outs. There's no question about it. And who can you steal a game against? Can you steal one in Green Bay? That one's on the road. Can you steal one against the Rams? I don't think the Rams are that much better on paper than the Cardinals, but that's the thing too, is you got to win some games in your division. So I think it's important for them to be perhaps no worse than 3-4 when they get to that point. But, who knows? I mean, you never know what's going to happen to other teams. You never know what's going to happen to the Cardinals in terms of injuries and things like that. But it's rough stretch. do the things that they believe that they can do.
Howard, how do you read with Clayton Tune starting for the at least the first half against the Broncos? You look at him as the favorite as the backup, or allow him to get more reps and being, I guess, okay with Desmond Ridder as your backup? How do you read that whole scenario right now?
Well, I think, based on the two games and even based on training camp practices, it just looked like, Clayton Tune not only had a little bit better handle on the offense, but he's just a more accurate thrower consistently than Desmond Ridder. And now Ritter's a little bit better with his legs, and so that's something you have to look at. I think that, starting the game is saying, hey, let's start it off and let's see what you can do coming right out of the gate. And so I think right now at this moment, he's the favorite. I would think he would have to really lay an egg for him not to be the backup. And the question now, though, is, and this is where there's going to be tough decisions, and you only have 2 days to make them. A lot of teams this week are playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Cut down is next. You have to be down to 53 by next Tuesday, and they're playing on Sunday. So granted, I'm sure, obviously, they've had discussions about it. A lot of the decisions have been made or close to being made, but they've got to make them final in a short amount of time. And the question becomes, do they keep 3 quarterbacks just to be safe and just to have that protection? If you keep a third quarterback, that means going a little bit, lower at another position. And that's where it gets pretty dicey when you come down to cut down day. And so I would think if they would cut a quarterback, they'll probably look for someone to bring onto the practice squad that can at least be that third quarterback to have around. So that's going to be one of the interesting decisions that we'll be, looking for next to, by next Tuesday, when the roster has to be down at the 53, because there's tough decisions at running back for a fourth or a fifth running back. For wide receiver, is there a fifth? Is there a sixth? How many corners do they keep? I mean, there's a lot of decisions that go into it now, and they're going to have to make those tough choices, obviously, by next Tuesday.
When you're in a situation where you have to evaluate all of that to help, and you just talked about 38 guys are going to be unemployed, how difficult is that for the coaching staff? I'm sure that there are a few people that they can just waive right away, but are they going to burn the candle late night trying to make a decision on who's in and who's out?
They might. I wouldn't be surprised on Monday to see some of those, quote, easy cuts, be made, and maybe get down from, the 91 to, 65, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But then those other tough ones. I mean, I was going through the roster on my own, and I counted up about 45 or 46 locks, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you say that, if I'm correct, that means, well, there's not that many other spots. Well, that's true. But then I counted up about 17 or 18 guys that you can make legitimate cases for to be one of those final 6 or 7. And, yeah, that's where it is tough. And then special teams enters into it. I mentioned running back. The fourth, is Michael Carter going to make this team? Is DJ Dallas going to? Dallas is a good special teams player and a potential kick return. Then you have a guy who I think has really impressed people this summer, is the rookie undrafted free agent receiver, Xavier Weaver. I mean, he's made some nice catches. He's returned kicks. And so is it between him as an extra receiver and DJ Dallas as an extra running back to make the roster? I mean, those are where all those decisions are. And so to answer your question, yeah, there could be some real late nights month. Because here's the thing, you have to have it done by 1 o'clock Pacific time. I mean, it's 4 Eastern, but it's 1 o'clock Pacific where you have to have all the moves in by. And so, yeah, there could be some late discussions going into Monday night for some of those close battles for not necessarily in your position, but comparing it to another position where you might feel like you have to keep, an extra player or two. Now, the one positive, guys, is that they don't have a bunch of guys injured that at positions that the guys are going to be on the team. When you have that, then all of a sudden, a lot of times you're forced to keep an extra guy at one of those positions just to have enough. And so they're not in that situation right now. So that could help it, but it's still a very difficult decision. And for a lot of guys that have shown that they're deserving of being on an NFL roster. Now, a bunch of them will end up on the practice squad, but that's presuming if you put them on waivers that no one else in the NFL claims them.
Exactly.
So those are all, those are all the factors that go into those hours after that final game to make the final call.
Howard, we appreciate you every week, man. Thanks for the time.
My pleasure, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer joining us here. You should hear him all over the market as he does a tremendous job, so we appreciate him taking some time. H. Balzer 721. Now, I know you two guys aren't big coffee shop guys, right? I mean, it's not like I'll catch you guys at the coffee shop on your laptop working, maybe prepping for the show.
Just
That's
drive
not something
through.
You guys would do,
drive
right?
through, get it, and go.
So there's a coffee shop in New York that's been in the news lately because they're charging customers $10 a day to use their Wi-Fi.
What?
Are they really?
Are you serious?
Like, typically, you go into like a Starbucks,
Yeah. Sure.
and there are a lot of people sitting there
Yeah,
on
working.
their laptops
Yeah.
using the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Some people don't even have Wi-Fi at their house or whatever. They go in and they use that. So this place in New York is basically getting all this bad press because if you go in there and you have your laptop, they're gonna charge you $10 or $30 a month or $300 a year. And there's people pretty pissed off
I'm
about
sure
that.
they are. I would.
You might lose a few customers for that. That are going to be their daily customers. They're spending. And there's probably spending, Rock. I mean, they're there
No,
every
it's
day.
a fancy coffee place. Too,
Yeah.
so it's not like
So
you're
they-
getting a $2 circle.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
You're probably getting an $8
$10
latte.
bucks, yeah.
You're biting the hand that's feeding you right now as the owner of that place.
No, I love this. This is a great idea.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
fantastic.
Why would you love that?
Here's why it's a good idea. Because New York is one of those cities where a lot of people do remote work and they don't like to always be in their house.
Yeah.
So they go to these coffee shops. And we're not talking Starbucks. We're talking these mom and pop places.
Yeah.
And so they probably like the idea of being able to charge for this internet. And if you're somebody who's going to this place, this is going to drive out all of the other people that are just being there and being nonsensical. So you're going to have an even intimate, more private atmosphere.
Because all the customers are
Everybody
gone.
would rather be gone.
It's coming
This is
from-
perfect.
it's coming
If I
from
was
New
somebody who
York.
was at this if I was somebody who was at this coffee shop, you could take my $300 because I know not everybody else is going to do this, and I'm basically going to have an office.
It's a good point because there are people that it's going viral that they're upset because so many coffee shops are so packed now that you can't find a place to sit and work if you really need to work.
Yeah.
And this place is called Bedford Studio, so it's right. It's not like a Starbucks, but it's an
It's an
a
upscale coffee shop. Yeah.
But their website says everyone to come inside to purchase coffee and relax. I mean, that's what they want people to come in.
Sure.
But he's right. People are looking for places to. My thing is half the time I'll go into a place and it's not working, so I use my streaming off my phone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Your hotspot.
So my hotspot on my
Yeah.
phone. So
See, I would go to Twin Peaks and
use their
their Wi-Fi, which
Yeah.
is what we're doing right now while we're doing the show.
But that's not the coffee. They want it bright and early, Jimmy.
I understand
6 o'clock
that.
coffee.
I'm just saying.
Well, I will tell you, if we, right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 people at the bar right now here at Twin Peaks have their laptop out.
Sure. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, so
And
it's
people
more
are on
common.
their phone.
That's
Yeah.
a very dangerous road to go down and charge
It
them.
is.
If that person, let's say they're here a year, let's say that person spends $500, $600 a year because they're in there all the time using your Wi-Fi. I would think that the cost them purchasing the coffee would outweigh and kind of take care of the Wi-Fi that they're already using.
You would think that, but maybe, just maybe, and I don't know the New York State tax laws, but maybe it would be a write-off. If you claim that,
Yeah,
if
it could be.
I mean, if you're being charged $300 a month or $300 a year for Wi-Fi, it might be a taxable write-off.
Howard is brought to you by Twin Peaks and Fantasy Football. Now through the 5th of September, you can head into any of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations, and you can hold your draft. And if you are the commissioner, you get a $50 bonus card, and everyone else that's participating gets a $5 bonus card. So go to twinpeaksrestaurants.com/fantasy draft to get more info, or just walk into any of the 5 Valley locations. We're at the Deer Valley one today. Coming up, we'll tell you what's on tap tonight. We'll close it all out here from Twin Peaks, Deer Valley.
Clear traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
For a ramp closure, this is in the West Valley, Loop 101, northbound. The off-ramp to Camelback Road is closed for an accident. I-17 southbound, watch for a crash at the off-ramp to Bethany Home. That's going to be sitting off to your left.
This report is sponsored by Qdoba.
Steak it up a notch with new habanero lime steak from Qdoba. Grilled steak tossed in habanero sauce, lime juice, and fresh cilantro. The perfect hit of heat to spice up your entree. Here for a limited time only. Order today at qdoba.com or download the app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Sun Devil football is back. Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium as a member of the Big 12 Conference to take on the Wyoming Cowboys Saturday, August 31st at 7:30 p.m.
Scadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Devils!
Get your ASU Wyoming tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And don't miss out on 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Shop these can't-miss deals before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Curtis drives it deep to center. Pache in pursuit, and it's off the wall. Peterson's home. Bell is home. Here comes Gritchick. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. clears the bases. It's a 3-run pinch hit double, and the Diamondbacks have grabbed that lead right back.
How about those D-backs as they sweep the Miami Marlins? They will start a 3-game series with the Boston Red Sox tomorrow. I'm looking forward to watching that. You know, I like when I'm not a big interleague play guy. However, when they play the Yankees or they play the Boston Red Sox, you really want to watch.
First time in 8 years that they've traveled back to Fenway Park. And hey, both Sox are playing good baseball. So you got the Bo Sox.
Time.
Yeah, you got the Bo Sox, and you got the Mets when you come home. You got the Dodgers.
Playing good teams.
The only, I would say, little sister of the poor, the next, 4.5 weeks will be the Colorado Rockies.
That's it.
That's about it, because you got the Padres, you got the Giants. I mean, it's going to be a little tough sledding. So hopefully this pitching staff can shore up. Hitting is great. They're knocking the cover off the ball right now. Good to see Gurriel Jr. Seems like there's that one guy per week. You know, you had Jake McCarthy last week. You got Corbin Carroll starting to come around. Guys,
I think he's came around.
About time. I yelled at him on the show.
I heard you.
And you're without Gabby Moreno. You got Christian Walker's out. You can tell Marte you're doing it without some of your top guns.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get healthy the next 3 weeks and take this thing home, man.
So the final week of NFL preseason starts tonight as 2-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. They host the Chicago Bears, while the Colts are going to play Cincinnati. Bears, of course, are looking to close out the preseason 4-0 after playing in the Hall of Fame game. And then tomorrow there's 3 more games. 8 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. Of course, the Cardinals will play the Broncos, 1:30 on Sunday on Channel 5. Let's get to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
Speaking of the Chiefs, what kind of chance are you giving the Chiefs to repeat as a Super Bowl winner? Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. You're going to give them 100%, 75%, 50%, or 25%. 50% in the lead at 57.1%. And 5%, 14.3%. Nobody, absolutely 0% said 100%. I went 75%.
I didn't. I went 50.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parity.
A lot of parity, yep.
Yeah, a lot of parity in the league, and if they keep everybody healthy, keep those receivers. But how do you bet against Andy Reid? That team, can they go 3 in a row?
I get the Andy Reid thing, but it's how do you bet against Patrick Mahomes?
True.
That's the key.
Especially in those close games.
That's it.
8 division titles.
Manuch, did he only have, when they beat Buffalo in that playoff game, was it only 13 seconds left on the clock and he took them down the field in 13 seconds and they kicked the winning field goal?
Was that a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 13
seconds.
Yeah. He winked at, Kelsey and said, look, go inside, set outside, bang, down it, field goal.
Yep.
Game,
Win.
set, match.
That's it.
By the way, we'll let everybody know that we will be on Mondays live at Casino Arizona for, I think it's our 24th or 23rd year hosting Monday Night Football. We're making some changes. We are going to be there at the 101 and McKelb's location the first game, and you will have a chance to roll dice for $9,100 at halftime. We're then going to jump to Talking Stick. So first week it's Jets and 49ers. And that'll be at Casino Arizona. Then the following week, we will be at Talking Stick in their showroom and sportsbook. Falcons at Eagles. Also a chance to roll the dice for $9,100. Stepping it up at Casino Arizona. Everything's up on our website at Roc and Manuch. But, of course, all your football action can be here at Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. We thank them once again for their incredible hospitality and service.
10.
And we'll